Good morning, legends. Welcome to the Magpie Army Chronicles. And fucking hell, another draw with these bastards, man. Well, we've got a lot to talk about with this game. A lot of positives, some negatives, yeah. But we'll talk about the positives first. But it, what can you say? Look, we've gone into this game undermanned by a fucking country mile against the full strength Hawks. They had more to play for, and we got the draw. Should have won. A few things happened, but I'll tell you what, it was just great to see. Swaddling, breakout game. Ed Allen on, I'm not sure, can you guys enlighten me? Who did he play on? Was he on Newcomb mostly or Will Day? Whoever he played on, he got 28 posies, Ed Allen. So um, there you go. And Newcomb got 24 and Day got 16. So there you go. McCreary, is that McCreary's best game for the club? Fucking hell, he was on fire. Yeah, a lot to talk about. I want to make a big call a little bit later on. Might not be too popular with some of you, but you know what? I'll make the big um, call sometimes. Um, Good day to everyone in the chat, everyone streaming in. Benny Zero, what a fantastic debut as a host of Pies Footy. The nicest man in the Collingwood YouTube sphere. Actually, absolutely hit it out the park with that one, mate. With his smooth tones. Legendary Ben Zero. Well done, buddy. Good day, MD. Good day, Chrissy Talbot. Good day, Leo. Stephanos, Mella, everyone's in. Beautiful. All right. I'll introduce my fellow panelist, Adrian, the Age of Reason. How are you, mate?
I'm doing great, Mick. Yeah, look, just one of those nights, mate, that ends in a draw. But yeah, lot to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, Nate Talks Pies is saying Newcomb listed as in the best for the Hawks. I know they always fuck this up. It's come on, man. Like even for us, DeGoey in the best. I don't know. Look, some people might disagree with me, but I don't think he was in the best. He was coming back from an injury, but yeah. All right. So that's the score there. Cannot split these teams. Our goal kickers were Westy with 2, McStay keeping his good form with 2, Hayes, 2 nice crumb goals there. Rowan Steele loves hitting the scoreboard. We've got Allen, Nicky Boy, Gus, McCreary, and Houston with singles. And yeah, they've listed Josh. Josh was great tonight, I've got to say. He's a lot different to how he's started the season. He's much better these days. He was clean. He used the ball very well. Nicky Boy had a Nicky Boy game, just fucking elite. Whoa, some of those kicks, man, just fucking sublime. They've got Geordie McCreary. Has to be his best game for the club. Has to be, man. What a turnaround! He's had like 3 or 4 fucking good games, and it's culminated with this one, his best for the club. And they've got Darcy Cameron as well. And that's all she wrote, a draw at the G in front of a record crowd as Sicily in the post-match interview. Thanks for giving it. Why do you think it was a record crowd, mate? Because you're playing us, mate. All right. Fuck me, man. That's the shit. How arrogant are the Hawks, man? They are just an arrogant team, man. They should be like we did a fantastic job just to get the draw, but it's another one of those situations where we should have won. But the kids, man, the kids are all right, mate, and that's been a mantra on this channel, man. Play the kids, play the kids. Everyone's saying, "Oh, the kids aren't." A lot of people are saying, "Oh, the kids aren't ready." They're fucking ready, man, and I'm ready. I'm ready to make my big fucking call right now. Yeah. This is my big call. All right, this might be unpopular with some of you. It involves side bottom. I love still side bottom. Fantastic player, but come on, man. Is he an automatic in for the next 2 games, man? These kids, man, they had the legs, mate. They had the legs to fight back when we needed to fight back. They had the energy to hunt the opposition. We absorbed 2 fucking momentum shifts with a lot of young legs running around. It's just my view, man. The team's got to come first. And look, I know next week's a dead rubber, so it's probably what's the word, a moot point or whatever the fuck that is. But yeah, let's say Sidey does come in next week and has another one of those quiet ones, that first final, man, I don't know, we might need him for experience, I guess, but yeah, man, we'll see what happens. I shall introduce Voidoid Generation into the chat, and I love his avatar. I bet you it would be only myself and Void that know what that avatar is. I reckon if Kieran Kelly is in the chat, he'd probably know it as well. But that avatar is an album by a German band called Can, and I should know which one it is. It's not Targo Mago. Which one is it, Voidoid?
Ige Bamyazi.
Bamyazi, yep. But no one knows what the fuck we're talking about. We're going to talk about Collingwood. What did you make of that game, Voidoid?
Yeah, it would have been nice to have gone on with it, but they fought back. Umpires weren't too kind to us. I thought it could have easily blown out to a 10-goal loss, and I was really happy with how the young guys fought back to sort of. We really got out of jail just getting the draw in the end.
Yeah.
Last time Hawthorn got out of jail, this time we got out of jail, so it was kind of like, now we're all squared up. But 2 draws between the same 2 sides in one season, I don't think has ever happened before.
Yeah, exactly, man. Nate talks pies. It's going to be very quiet at Clifton Hill Macca's tonight. No reason to vent. But the only player that can see come out for Sidey is Anderson. Well, they did drop Harvey Harrison for this game, but he ended up being a late in and did all right, Harvey Harrison. We shall go through all the players. What I'm going to do now, which I normally do, I'm just going to quickly do a quick rehash. I'm going to go through my meticulous notes that I took as I sat on the couch to watch this game, and I'm just going to quickly go through some of the moments so we can just relive them for a bit. Guys on the panel, feel free to interject if you want to expand on any of these moments that I go through. I'll start before the game. Yes, as I said, Harvey Harrison was a late in for Sidey. And watching the broadcast, David King predicts, you watch the Hawks come out like a house on fire. But that didn't really happen. They looked very clean, the Hawks, at the start. I thought, oh, man, they're going to eventually fucking destroy us. Early on, Houston was in the wars, 2 very, bad handballs, but Westy got a nice goal on a run from outside 50. And then that long goal by Ed Allen after a brilliant combo by the Dakai. Fantastic hands in the middle there, and ended up with Allen, booted it long, it kept bouncing. Shooter tried to get a foot on it, but it was a goal anyway. And Voidoid would have been fucking jumping up in his living room when he saw that one. Yeah.
It was the only time I was hoping Shooter didn't get a boot on it.
Yeah, and we'll talk about Ed Allen because he had a fantastic game, I reckon. Apart from that bit at the end, but we'll elaborate on that. That's forgivable. Yeah. What's next? Skunk should have stuck a tackle on Barras or Battle. Can't remember who it was, and we copped a goal. Skunk missed about 3 shots. What's going on, Skunk, mate? Just imagine you're at fucking Marvel, man. Fucking kick those goals. We need them, mate. Led long, tries a don't argue, gets pinged. Hawks are looking very clean and slick. Nick to Skunk, another miss. Nick is being an absolute ball magnet, ends up getting 36 posies, another great Nick game. I've noticed Howes takes a nice intercept mark, which materialises into a skunk shot, another miss by Skunk. What the fuck's going on? Our tackling pressure off the fucking charts. What's going on? We're actually playing a half decent first quarter for once. In that quarter, Skunk missed 3 shots and missed the tackle. I'm absolutely going fucking nuts because I jumped back on the Skunk bandwagon. But yeah, onto the second quarter. Multiple stoppages in the forward line and a beautiful Nick snap at goal. After that, yeah, they Nick to Gus, another goal. And we're still tackling hard, but the umps, they're not fucking rewarding us, man. What the fuck's going on? A lot of there would have been 2 or 3 tackles that were fucking ball all day. They just weren't giving us. So then the first one for them, that's a 50-50. The umpires give them the free. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe it's the umpires, they perceive that Hawthorn is the better team, so they're just giving him the rub of the green for the decisions. Then a highlight of the game for me, that one-on-one mark by Westy, one-on-one with Sicily. Westy outmarks him, kicks the goal. And I'm thinking to myself, I've tipped Westy for 4 goals here. He's going to fucking have a breakout game. But I'll tell you what, he had an okay game, Westy. Got more involved than last week. Yeah, so... And then we had that Rowan Steele goal, that one that was like that unconventional, crazy-looking snap that looked like it was going out of bounds on the full, but was a goal. There was this moment, I don't know if people in the chat can enlighten me what happened there. There was like I'm watching it on the tally and I didn't see it properly, but there was a real clean pickup, which by someone, I reckon it may have been Puncher on the wing. It ended up giving us, turning into a shot on goal for Rowan Steele. Rowan Steele missed 2 goals from outside, from around 50 in that quarter. But before one of them, there was this beautiful pickup on the wing, and it had to. Was it Puncher? Can someone enlighten me if they recall that little moment there? I hope it was, man. We've kicked the last 5 goals. We're going absolutely nuts, but we've missed golden chances too to make it, even more of an obstacle for Hawthorn to get back, because Bo and Steele missed some shots. Half time. Yeah, half time's looking good. It's like, all right, this is all right. Me being the negative that I am, turned to my wife and say, watch us lose this. And right on cue, bang, bang, bang. Hawthorn fucking hit the front. A lot of turnovers here. Pendles gets pinged. Houston just kicking it to nobody. Balls coming back. I'm thinking Pendles is getting found out. Fucking hell. 4 turnovers, 4 goals. And I'm thinking, this is so fucking predictable. I tipped this, man. But then we start playing volleyball. We start a new tactic, volleyball in the centre. Ned Long, Rowan Steele, and Will Hayes doing some volleyball sets amongst, but ends up with Hayes with a nice fucking snap from an angle. This kid needs to stay in the team, man. He ended up kicking 2 goals. Nick to Shooter, he misses from about 50. 3 points down at 3/4 time. I'll tell you what, nice little comeback there, but fuck, that last quarter, Ward fucking bang, 2 goals. What's going on there, man? But then McStay gets a free kick. Sicily gives away a 50, which he does once a week for them. But more noticeable was the build-up to that with a beautiful fucking setup by Swads. Swads coming to his own in this last quarter, getting a lot of the ball. Nick Dacos, brilliance for Houston to kick a goal. Bo to McStay, brilliant mark. What a mark that was by McStay, mate. He had no right to get that, but he snagged it and kicked the goal. Haynes snap goal set up by Swads again, beautiful. Liam Puncher, desperate punch. He's got that habit in those last quarters. Liam Puncher, he likes to. He always does something important in these last quarters. It's a great trait to have for a youngster, and he's growing every week. Puncher. Yeah, and then fuck now. Look, I don't want to turn this into a Houston bagging session, but fuck me, man. When he fucking socketed that ball over, it's like, come on, have a bit of awareness about you, man. I don't know, man. It was harder not to soccer the ball over, man. Come on, dude.
When that happened, I said to the guys, I said, "Oh fuck, did it have to be him that did that?"
Yeah.
I really didn't want it to be.
Yeah. Josh, brilliant play by Josh Takos for Steele to get a goal to, I think that was the one that made it all square. And then right at the end, right near the end, Ed Allen, he probably felt too much. He probably felt there was a lot of pressure on him, and he just booted it forward to no one. And then Hawthorn had that last flurry to go forward. Ended up with Dylan Moore, and I'm thinking, what the fuck, man? Are you kidding me? What's going on here, mate? Deja vu. But he didn't make the distance. And Swadling, the fantastic game that he had, just topped it off with that match-saving fingertip right at the end, kept the ball in, and that's all she wrote. It was a draw. Has that ever happened? I don't think that's ever happened, mate. You've drawn twice with the same team in the same season. Surely that's never happened.
Never.
That's a question for Nate Talks Pies, I reckon. Get on to it, Nate.
And that's all she wrote.
It's funny how Sidey announces his retirement, and it's almost like the cycle of footy life. Like he announces his retirement, and then tonight, Swadling has the most young side bottomish look I've seen him have at senior level. He just looks like a young Sidey the way he moves, but with more strength, a bit more pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. He had a sensational game. I'll just interject, Nick.
Yeah. Anytime, mate.
I didn't bloody look at our best until right now.
Yeah.
How is Swadling not in our best players tonight?
Yeah.
Can somebody tell me that?
Yeah.
I reckon he was close. He was probably third best on tonight.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what.
Conversely, if you look at Hawthorn, they've even thrown in a couple of guys that were no way in their best, like Watson. I reckon the people that knock these up, they just go with the 5 or 6 familiar names they chuck in every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird one. So the best players, that's the club provides that, do they?
God, I hope not. I bloody hope the club's not given those names.
Yeah.
To not reward Swadling in the best players, I find it hard to believe. It must be just some shit journo. Yeah.
Because I noticed Lipper got into in the best players 2 weeks ago or something, and he had a shocker. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Someone's taking the piss here, mate.
Probably been watching us.
Watson, and he kicked no goals.
Yeah.
Watson.
Yeah, go, mate.
No, I was just going to say, I predicted Watson to kick 0, but I didn't by any means think it was would come to be a reality. Quaynor did an awesome job, and I think he was half hampered as well. Quaynor, like he copped a bit of an injury or something. He was trying to do some run throughs, but geez, they just such a good team performance to shut down like their key threats really, because Watson sort of game, because it was up and back, the sort of game that you just thought Watson was going to kill us in, but he just didn't. They just didn't give him the space. Few times he burnt off.
I love how he was like, we tackled him a lot. Yeah, he didn't get away a lot, and there was always someone on his hammer. And it's very sly of you, Adrian, to mention that you tipped that, because you tipped us to win by 1 point. You're the closest guy to the score, but you also tipped Skunk to kick 4, mate. So there you go.
Could have
Just have to throw that
had
in,
4
mate.
in the first fucking quarter. Could have had
Oh,
4 in the
no.
first fucking quarter. Spewing.
I have a feeling by watching it that I think Swadling played on Watson when he went up the ground.
Yeah.
I think I saw him as his opponent when he was like a little higher up the ground at stoppages. But I don't know if anyone in the chat thought they saw the same thing. Yeah. Because that would be amazing if that was true.
Yeah.
Kid's just got class.
Yeah. It's, and I'll tell you what, Ed Allen, we'll talk about him when we go through. I'll get it up now. I'll get the stats up now.
His highest disposal game at AFL level.
Yes, I was just about to say that. Yeah, that has. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, he's never had 28 before. Yeah. Now, watching the game, do you guys think he alternated on Newcombe and Will Day? Because he got more possessions than both those guys, yeah? Newcombe was better than Day. Day was fucking shocking, mate. They all talk him up. I know he's had his fantastic games. He's coming back from injury, but, mate, he wasn't impressed by him at all, mate.
Yeah, he was just slamming it on the boot, Will Day. Like, I know he's a quality footballer, but, geez, tonight he was just slamming it on the boot. And I thought, geez, they're a bit rattled here. And, just not, like I said, none of their players really just took a stranglehold of that game. I thought we contained virtually every single one of them. Obviously, they're still a great outfit, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, really, other than Chol taking a few contested marks here and there, honestly, none of their players really... Yeah, I thought whatever game plan we went into that game with, or whatever way we set up, whatever we're doing right now seems to be working against Hawthorn, because that's 2 really good performances against a top 4 team in the season. It's just a shame we couldn't get the 4 points in any of them. But just for whatever reason, it looks like we match up really well with them, surprisingly.
Yeah,
we went a year without losing to Hawthorn.
For once, I know. I've put in I've sent the link to my mate Paul Sheehan, who joined us on the pre-game show. He's probably getting absolutely poleaxed at a birthday party tonight, but I reckon he'd be in the mood for a bit of a vent when the missus is driving him home. So hopefully he joins us and gives his excuses for that underwhelming performance from a team that looks fucking fantastic on paper, but fuck, they didn't impress me. It's one of the gratifying things about this game that I went into this game pessimistic, and I'm fucking pleasantly surprised with our performance, albeit we didn't get the chocolates, but we're so undermanned, and the kids were running around, and you can say good things about each kid, yeah, and we will say good things about each one as we go through the stats here. Exactly, Abdullah. They were full strength, man. No injuries to the Hawks.
They wouldn't take much positive out of that game.
And they had more to play for as well. Yeah,
we can take a lot of positives out of it. They can't. They struggled to play against half the VFL team.
Yeah. So Edward Allen. Anyone in the chat, please engage with us. Talk. We're going to go through each player now. Ed Allen, do you just want to say anything about him? Breakout game, 28 fucking posies, man. Got the better of each opponent that he played on, whether it be Newcombe or Will Day, and also Chrissy, relax, buddy. I'll get you on a bit later, okay? You don't have to keep asking me, man. Just take it easy, buddy. We'll just get through the first few minutes, and then we'll get you on a bit later, man. No problem. Ed Allen, mate. Great hands. Fuck, he looks like a graceful gazelle when he's got the ball and he's got space in front of him. He can be absolutely anything, mate. Give him 4 years. He's got to get 4 years, man. What's his 2 years shit I'm hearing, mate? Give him fucking 4 years. If we get Butters and Neil next season with Nicky in there and Ed Allen as well, and now we're looking at what Swadling can do as well. Fuck, mate. Ed Allen would just thrive with those players, man.
It's what he does too. Like even if he's playing a run with role, when he gets the football, he's so damaging with his handballs.
Yeah,
like he gets in tight space and manages to extract the ball out, but his little link up plays, sort of getting the ball out into it to an outside player, is just fantastic. Like I can't remember seeing someone that damaging by hand as he is.
Yeah. The best, you know what I love most about Ed Allen? He's the modern day football prototype. And obviously we started this year with question marks on him. I think the general consensus was, look, he should come good, but he needs opportunities. And then he got opportunities on the wing and he wasn't really showing us much. But geez, what 3 or 4 months could do to a player, given the correct role and the confidence and whatnot. He's elevated himself from probably sitting outside the best 23 to being an automatic selection every week in the space of 3 months. So look, I don't understand what the club's doing in terms of contracts. I'm sure they've got it all under control. Seems odd to me that this late in the season he's not signed. It's look, I'm worried's not the right word, but it's just puzzling. I would have thought after the previous performances of the last few weeks, it's signed, sealed, gone. It's all good. But yeah, look, hey, maybe his manager's saying, mate, you got to make sure the money's right for you because you're quickly becoming a bloody star, mate. And that's not even overreacting.
His game was his brilliant game was slightly marred by that moment right at the death. Yeah, when he just bombed it long straight to an unmarked Hawthorn player. I'll forgive him, man. I can forgive him. It was unfortunate. He'll learn from it, and he deserves to be forgiven because he just put up a great shift in the scene throughout the whole game. So, do we forgive him? Is he forgiven?
Yeah, well, look, what he should. I mean, look, he should have taken the same kick, but just tried to have it run out of bounds over the 50-meter line on the left-hand side of the ground. That would have been the smart play, so he didn't get the lasso free. Although they probably would have still found a way to give Hawthorn a free kick out of it. But look, I will forgive him, but geez, he'll learn from it.
Yeah. And look, we also have to take, as much as the draw is a bit disheartening and it would have been great to have a win and sing the song at the end and all that shit, but it was a dead rubber for us, yeah? It doesn't really, with Melbourne winning and Geelong winning, we're not fucking making top 6, man. And so all we wanted was a good performance, yeah? And we got that, yeah? There's a few things we've got to iron out, but it's just great. Kids running on top of the grass. Great to see, man.
He was just like like Ben was saying earlier, like he could be like Cripps, but fast.
Yeah.
The only one thing Cripps doesn't have in his kit bag is speed, and that's what Ed has. And if I can just see what he could blossom into, and if you put Butters beside him and Lachie Neale, well, geez, like that's like we're talking like peak era Brisbane level midfield.
Fucking oath, mate. I've got fucking. I'm having these wonderful daydreams about that right now as we speak, man. It's just fucking a midfield of Butters, Neale, Nicky Boy, and I've said Nicky Boy third there. That's how good the midfield looks, mate. And Ed Allen, and just Ed Allen, play your game, mate. Just play on the main opposition mid, and the other three will just go fucking nuts, mate. It'll be a nightmare for opposition teams.
Yeah,
Nick better hurry up and win his Brownlow this year, because next year he might get some votes taken off him.
Yeah, this is Into the Woods. Sorry, Adrian. Into the Woods. Good day, lads. I'm late to the party. Have I missed Age's Houston rant? I'm pretty sure Derm. I'm pretty sure it's Derm. There's no way Nick will be up at this time. I'm pretty sure Adrian will give us a rant for the Ages, and it could not be regarding Houston. It could be someone else. So stay tuned. Whenever you're ready for that rant, Adrian, go for it, mate.
I'm patient.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Derm. No worries. All right. Anything more to add on Ed Allen? No?
All I'll say, Mick, that lastly, middle of the year, when we're talking about when Nick just had to do absolutely everything, and everyone in the community was saying the same thing. Nick needs help. Nick needs help. Nick needs help. It is so good to see that one that was on our list is starting to give him some of that help, mate. We haven't had to look elsewhere yet. Of course, obviously, there might be some off-season acquisitions, but it's so good to know that we're going to go into 2027, hopefully, provided he stays, with a guy that looks ready-made to be a big part of the midfield.
Yeah. And we're just fucking assuming we're getting Butters now, aren't we? We just follow on whatever the fucking some journo puts a thing up, and all of a sudden, it's a done deal, and then you hear something else, and then it's like, oh, we're missing out on him. But right now, we're getting him. That's all. That's the consensus right now.
Well, what I just want to draw attention to is, if you look at the stat sheet, it has been a very long time since I've seen so many of our players getting 30 or 30 plus. And we're starting to get accumulators. You know, you got Swaddling in there, and Josh played more in there, and Ed's now breaking out to getting, close to 30. And these are the sort of numbers a bona fide midfield's supposed to put up, not Nick getting 40 and then everyone else getting 15.
Yeah.
This is how you win games, because you've got the football in your possession. If you get it more often than the other side, it's not pressure and tackling's great, but if you're getting 15 touches, then the opposition's getting it the rest of the time. You know?
And just when all of us are rejoicing and having these wonderful daydreams of Butters running around the G, here comes Milkshakes just to
shitting our cereal.
Shitting in our cereal, all right? Don't get your hopes up on Butters. Thanks, Milkshakes. Come on, dude. just lie to us, man. Come on, man.
Look, if you deduce it a little bit, I think there's a good chance Collingwood's very heavily in the mix. I mean, I really don't think he's going to go to Richmond, and the Bulldogs doesn't seem like, why? Because he barracked for them. That's just naive. He could end up there, but it's not going to be because he went for them as a kid.
Yeah. He hasn't. Butters hasn't officially nominated yet, but all the stuff we're hearing, and we do go by fucking whatever fucking the journos say. That it's going to be clickbait. If a journo writes an article or goes on one of those fucking shit shows and says, "Oh yeah, Butters is a done deal," they know they're going to get 1 billion clicks, man. So that's all. I'm very wary of that. All right. Let's go on to Nicky Boy, another lazy 36 posies. Probably gets pipped by his brother for the Brownlow votes, I reckon. But fuck, some absolutely sublime use of the football, like that one kick, that cross ground kick when he found Houston after he got out of trouble. And the way he got out of trouble, it's kind of like he was in trouble and you just saw the look on his face. It's like, I'm going to get out of this little situation that I'm in so easily. It just seemed, he had like a little bit of a smirk on his face when he did it, you know? This kid, man, he's the best player in the, look, we talk about it every week, yeah? He's the best in the league. It's just, it is what it is. This kid, we have to exalt him because he will he will probably take a pay cut for us if we are going to get Zach Butters, because anyone else would pay him an absolute fucking mint. He's taken the advice from his honourable father, who gave him the advice. Listen, Nick, fucking leave some money on the table, man, for the team, mate, and he's going to be set up for life after his career ends. So, I was talking to someone at work earlier, and they were adamant, he's going to go to Tassie. He's not going to Tassie, mate. Surely not, mate. He's going to be a pie for life, mate.
Well, yeah, and he's also like, with Butters, with the 2 million or the 1.8 or whatever it is, you know, as if Nick's in there getting in their ear, I'm sure he's likely knows how much he's going to cost, and it isn't a pissing contest for him to pay it as much. I think he's more than happy for the club to give anything that they can give so he can play beside him. Yeah. And then his pay rise will come when it comes.
And the next thing, then, as Abdullah says in the chat, man, the next thing is captaincy. Give him the captaincy next year. I want to see fucking Darcy Moore. Darcy Moore, be an honourable person and say, I'm going to relinquish the captaincy and concentrate on my own game because I can't even get on the park. I'll ping my hammy or I get concussed every third week. I'm going to relinquish the captaincy. I'm going to give it to Nick. And that's gonna be all she wrote. And Nick's gonna win premierships holding up that cup, man. Come on, Darcy Moore, do it, man. Do it for the fucking fans, mate. We want to see Nick as captain, mate. Fuck it, hell.
You know, I have a simple theory, just touching on the money. I have a simple theory with these sort of things. So let's say Nick is worth to us in terms of like what we're able to pay him. Let's just say he's worth 1.6. Let's just throw a number out there. Is there really much difference between 1.6, 1.8, 1.7, 1.9? I think at that point you're accumulating generational wealth. And look, I think,
of course,
If Nick, he doesn't strike me as the sort of bloke that, I know there was a little bit of murmurings about it, and you know, he can't not be the highest paid player at the club. Yeah, look. Maybe that's right. However, I reckon the club's hand in hand with Nick with these conversations. I don't think the club would go out on a limb and be like, you know, I'm sure they would ask Nick, like, okay, this is the situation, Nick. If we were to get a Zach Butters, we're probably looking at 1.8, you know. I'm sure he's part of the conversations, because when you've got a player that you're trying to build a team around, like Nick, I think he would understand that, okay, if we're needing to get acquisitions from other clubs, potentially the money has to be more, you know. And at the end of the day, that's the reality. And look, I don't think he'll leave, but at the end of the day, if he chooses to leave, we can't do anything about it, and we're going to get compensated well. I think he'll stay with us, and I think he'll be able to attract talent. So either way, we win. He leaves, we get a king's ransom, and obviously it'll be gutting for us, but, you know, I think the clubs would be working hand in hand with him about all these acquisition of players.
Yeah.
It's also a lifestyle thing too. Like, he's turning up to our club with our facilities. Like, we don't lose many players because it's a dream, not just a dream to put on the black and white, but just to be part of a club that you're very, very well looked after. Like, imagine, you know, playing for St Kilda, where they're having to, well, God knows where they train now. I don't even know where.
All right. I've got the someone backstage. I'll get them on. Okay. from parts unknown, weight unknown, the heavyweight champion of the Collingwood YouTube sphere, ultimate greatness. You like that introduction, mate? You like that wrestling-themed introduction?
Sure, absolutely love it. Yeah, no, it's pretty good. I'll
You
take
sound
it.
excited
I'll take
by
any. Oh, it's I've had a bit of a night. Let's just say
Yeah.
that. So
What nights? We've
oh,
all had
I just made it very fucking clear tonight that Jacob Ryan is a better footballer than Dan Houston. So
Oh,
people had their opinions again.
Oh.
So that was funny.
a spanner in the works, mate, right from the beginning,
So
mate.
yeah, I
Jacob's
mean,
ladder.
so it's some people just can't deal with the reality of things. So just had to bring them down to earth and
yeah.
God, if you disagree with that in terms of tonight with how he played, then you can't be helped. So don't know if I'll get on my Sam McClure and say if you don't think Jacob Ryan's a better footballer than Dan Houston, then you're just not watching football properly. But if you don't think Jacob Ryan's a better footballer than Dan Houston, then you're not watching.
You there, Shawnee? Shawnee, you dropped out, mate. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I got you, Mick.
Shawnee dropped out. He's probably still talking. I haven't muted you, Shawnee. Just come back in whenever you're ready, mate, and continue
on. Out, so now Jacob Ryan won't get picked.
That was part one of the Houston rant, and it shall be continued, mate. Put it in the vault. UG will mention Jacob Ryan within 30 seconds, mate. Oh, yeah. All right, I'll get him back on. UG, in your exuberance, in your Houston rant, you dropped out. Did you rip the headphones off?
I think it was Fly trying to take me out. The club obviously knows something, and they're obviously, they obviously can't admit the fact that they're wrong, and instead of actually taking some accountability, they're trying to take me out instead. So there you go. I just had a phone call come in, and I think it cut me out. So I'm on my phone at the moment, so it would have been what it was. But I like the former story, so I'll go with that one.
On Fly, on Craig McRae, Fly. Okay, so we finished the game. Swaddling fucking saved us right at the end by getting his hands on that ball, keeping it in. Camera goes to Fly. Fists clenched in absolute fucking apoplectic fucking pleasure. This is a win, boys. Now I'm fucking conflicted with this, man, to be honest. First of all right, we didn't win. All right, but he was probably doing it. If I was to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm still conflicted on it, I would think, all right, there's probably a lot of young kids playing. He's probably showing them that, well done, boys, you did well against the full-strength Hawthorn team. But fucking hell, this Noah guy, man, take it easy, brother. You already know I'm not going to let you on, mate. So just fuck off, man. Look, I'm not saying fuck off. I'm trying to be nice, man, but you're just clogging up the chat with fucking crap, mate. Just don't worry about it, mate. Sorry. So Fly, what do you guys make of that? Yeah?
Yeah, I'll go first, Mick. My immediate reaction after the siren was I didn't like it. Now, a couple of hours after the game or whatever it is, I'm like, it's probably got to do with the fact that the team's young and he's, he is that guy. He is the cheerleader sort. We know that. Look, I just think just leave it for the rooms. Go down to the rooms and, rev the boys up and give them. I just don't like that, it's, to me, it's a little bit of like celebrating mediocrity. I know it's a good result, all things considered tonight, where the team was and whatnot. But look, at the end of the day, You're there to win. We didn't win. So I just don't think you should be visibly celebrating like that. Go down the rooms and do what you got to do. But yeah, I just didn't like it. It was a little bit over the top for mine.
Yep, just read the room, I think, is probably the best way to put it. And yeah, God, he was terrible. Like, that's the thing. I was even around other people, not just Collingwood supporters, but other people supporting other clubs. And I was actually the most vocal and telling him to fuck off when he was doing it. And I was next to Carlton supporters. I think there was a Doggy supporter, like Essendon supporters and stuff. And the fact that as a Collingwood supporter, I'm the one telling Fly to fuck off, you know you're fucked up. You know, like, that should be their job, not mine.
Look at this fucking stat from this is my cousin Terry. Okay, he's the best guitar player in Epping. All right, Cam Mooney before the game said this stat: if Hawthorn have more than 55 tackles, they win. Less than 55 tackles, they lose. Guess how many tackles they had?
54 or 55?
Exactly 55, and they drew. There you go,
mate. There you
go. Just to put my 2 cents in it, I'm sort of like, mostly with age, like I didn't. He probably should have just patted them on the back. I mean, it was he has to show positivity around a young group.
Yeah.
Like if he looked dour after that, it probably would be the wrong thing, because we are playing well and he's got to encourage him. Probably shouldn't have overdone it, but I mean, you know, I'm not really haven't really thought too much about it since.
Yeah. It's kind of like the reason I'm not fucking 100% okay with it is because it's just kind of in that same sort of theme as when he said that we qualified last year. Yeah, after, you know, it's kind of like accepting a situation which is kind of like, you know, he accepted that we qualified when it was still fucking a whole third of the season to go. You shouldn't say that stuff. And here, although we drew with an undermanned team against a full-strength team, I just don't think it should be emphasised that it should be a win, because we didn't win, man. We still fucking drew, mate. Yeah. And it kind of makes me see, what, we lose a close final. What are you going to do, mate? You're going to cheer, you know? Obviously not, you know. But
I just think the group's galvanised at the moment. Whatever they're doing, keep doing it. Don't. Yeah. If that's what's working for them internally, then that's fine. You know, because I mean, I don't know. Like they obviously have an okay relationship with him, and so I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. We'll if anyone wants to bring that topic later on, we'll talk about it again. But we'll just continue on with the players. Joshy D, 30 posies. Sorry, UG. Before you joined us, Shawnee, we spoke extensively about Ed Allen, and there was a lot of positive things that we said. He made that one mistake right at the death that probably cost us the game. But having said that, he had a fantastic game, playing, alternating on Newcombe and Will Dade, got more posies than both of them. And he's got 28 posies, which is a PB for him. It's his best game for the club. I'm probably, it is. Yeah, he's probably had more impact with lesser possessions, but that was just all-round game. I think that was his best game. A lot of 21 handballs, and as opposed to 7 kicks. Yeah, a lot more handballing. You know, in tight. Yeah, linking up with Nick and the other guys. So got us out of trouble a few times. Yeah.
I feel like you're trying to get me to say something.
No. I just mentioned it because you joined us, because we've been going through the players, but we started with Ed because we just wanted to highlight that. And we've spoken about.
You know what Nick, I predicted pre-game, right?
Oh, you did. Oh, the fault.
I was only 2 off.
You said Ed Allen's going to get 30-1, but
yep. Then I feel like 10 minutes after I said it, I'm like, damn, I think 30's a bit too much. I think I've overdone it here.
Yeah.
So what did I tell you?
Read into it what you will.
Nick? I told you we've got to run all our predictions through Sean.
Yeah. Shorty, mate. Your predictions are fucking shit, man. Because the Vault doesn't care about fucking how close you get, mate. You know, just letting you know that, mate. You said 30-1. You got fucking 28-1, mate. You know, so
yeah, I know. Fuck me, right? Fuck me. Yeah, no, I was the guy that was telling everybody about Oscar Steen and how it was an absolute disgrace that we were playing Cox in front of Steen. People thought I was going crazy. I still stand by Jacob Ryan should be in this side and Houston should get the fuck off our list, let alone this side. So, yeah, I stand by it. And, I do not hold back at all. Fully believe exactly what I just said.
Save your vitriolic invective for when we get to him, mate. Fuck, man. I'm pulling out the vocabulary there, mate. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Josh, and we spoke about Nick Dacos as well, Shorty. Another fantastic game by him. Great ball use. Turned it over a few times, but at the same time, mate, when you're getting it that many times, I don't give a shit how many times he turns it over. As long as he kicks his regulation fucking exciting goal and he fucking, laces out players to give us goals. So, What is it with the Dans?
I thought Josh was very good tonight, especially because I think I don't think we've seen a game like that from Josh at least for a few weeks. I could be wrong there, but he's had some 8.5, maybe pushing 9 out of 10s. But tonight was one of those games where he could, or obviously be in the conversation, but you can make a case for him being the best on ground. No, it's good. Yeah, no, we actually want these guys to be performing. It's kind of, as much as it's also boring just to have Nick be best on ground every week, it shows that, if we can have guys like Josh step up, it just means that we've got a bit of depth in that department. So, no, I'm glad that Josh is stepping up.
Yeah.
He's had a great second half to the year.
Yes. I was about to say his first half of the year, when a lot of YouTubers and that were doing their half yearly stuff, Josh was sort of just around the pass mark. I sort of had him under par. I think this second half of the year, probably taking Nick out of it, I would say that Josh has been our best footballer outside of Nick this last half of the season. He sort of lives in the shadows of Nick. That's the thing about poor Josh. And I mean, we've spoken about this a lot, but he's always going to be compared to Nick just because he's got the same last name, But if you just take Nick out of the equation, Josh has been absolutely sensational the last sort of 7-8 weeks. He's been, overall probably, close to our best alongside Nick, really. And there's just another brilliant game tonight.
Yeah. It was, All right. Moving on. Not to get ahead of ourselves, but we're not, because this guy's the next guy on the next cab off the rank. Breakout game. Samuel Swadley, not considered good enough to get a game a couple of weeks back. But here we go. Look at this, mate. Against a full-strength Hawks. 29 posies, mate. He's a ball getter. The kid is a ball getter, man. And, and as Mallow says, man, Rising Star nomination, it's fucking guaranteed, mate. They'll probably give it to another Carlton player, but exactly, mate. Rising Star nomination, or we riot. fucking oath, I agree.
I reckon that honour will be reserved for a 28-year-old debutant who probably plays for Geelong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of Swaddling as well too, I think I'm just finding out that I'm never wrong with my takes. I'm either right or I'm just early. Again, last week I was just a week too early where I said Allen and Swaddling were going to combine for 50 disposals plus. So damn, I should have just waited a week. So I was a bit premature with that prediction. So yeah, just making sure people out there, I'm not just talking out of my ass. Just keep in mind when I say something, it's coming from a bit of knowledge. So because especially people were coming after me after that Jacob Ryan tweet. So maybe if I'm saying something, maybe just don't.
It's the humility.
Why is that? I'm very humble, as you know, so I keep it very well in check. So
I know. It's just we always have to encourage you. Brag more.
I know, right? Again, this name, it wasn't like it was given to me, it was bestowed upon me. So I've got to make sure I just live up to the hype, right? So there you go.
Just to answer Abdullah's question in the chat, yes, that's Shane O'Brien magic, mate. He is hoping that
100%.
all the successes that Geelong have had, picking players in that like 30 to 60 bracket, he is hoping that rubs off on us. And I'll tell you what, I reckon he's found one off the bat straight away, mate. This kid should never be dropped again. I think everyone in this chat can agree with that. And he's hoping it's 200, 250 games in the black and white, mate. He's got it, this kid. He's got it.
Yeah. What number was he? What number pick was he exactly, Sam Swaddling?
High 30s, wasn't he?
He was our second pick. He was... Yeah, he was about 37. 37 is coming to mind.
Who was our first pick?
Your boy.
Prindable.
You're fucking kidding me. Prindable went first. Fuck me.
Yeah, Prindable, Swaddling, and then it was McCarthy and then Anderson.
Wow. That's unbelievable, man. And I'll tell you what.
In the redraft, you'd have to go top 15.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what. He'd be outperforming so many other players that went earlier. Like, there'd be probably top 10 picks that are still languishing in the reserves for some teams, mate. It's amazing. Cheese though, Brie, mate.
It's always interesting with even someone like Anderson. Like for some reason, if you're 22, 23, you can still have 10 years in the AFL system, but and I feel like 10 years is a long time in an AFL career, but for some reason, if that's where you're at, you easily go somewhere in the late third, early fourth round pick, sort of like territory, if not lower. Yeah, to me, and I think Geelong are really good at it, where they got Sean Manor. Like they used a mid-second round pick for memory, even early second round pick for Sean Manor, and he just came in straight away. And like the only reason why he got picked up by Geelong was just because we just rated him so highly and we wanted him in our size, and we just picked him. So it's one of those like really interesting ones where a lot of clubs will tend to find these like mature age, and when I say mature age, just guys that are 22, 23 that are that just have really good sample form, or whatever reserves comp they're in. And I think we know with Anderson, he was a was it Swans? Was he a Swans Academy player or something like that? So
yeah, he was. Yeah,
and so because he'd already been under a professional system. Same with like Prindable as well, but I guess Printable had that. Sorry, not Printable. Anderson obviously had that humility of not getting picked up, and then had to apply his trade in the sample. Then it's kind of fascinating how these guys they still had these elite backgrounds, but then it's just. And again, he was even best on ground in the sample grand final. It makes it kind of wild that you'd rather pick an 18-year-old kid that has a bit of potential than basically the guy that basically got best on ground in a sample grand final at 22, 23 years old. So it's always a good conversation to have, which would you rather? But yeah, it's kind of interesting how AFL clubs don't go after these mature ages earlier than they'd rather just back in a kid in the second round rather than someone that seems like it's a bit more proven with a body that's already ready to go. Yeah, it's always interesting that.
Yeah. All right. Going down the list of players, I just want to mention Jai Newcomb for Hawthorn. Fuck, he's an arrogant cunt. But I wouldn't mind him in my team, obviously. But he just comes across as just a fucking. It's probably because of that fucking hit on Howie last year too. I just don't. He's kind of a bit like their Maynard kind of thing, but as a midfielder. Yeah. But look, he's a class player, man. A mid-season draftee, and they've got him as captain. They had him as captain for this game, didn't they? That's what I heard anyway. And yeah, he's a great player, man. But I'll tell you what, Ed Allen did a job on him, mate. He wasn't as effective as I thought he'd be. He got a lot of clearances, the bastard. He kept getting those fucking centre clearances, but yeah. Anyway, enough about him. Geordie De Goey, very surprised with 23 posies coming back from injury. Wasn't as effective, but good to see him back in the team. They put him in the best players. If the club provides that to the media, who the best players are, he must have had a job to do or something that he did, correctly or something. But I can't work out what that job was. But he did get 23, and I'm surprised that he did. Hopefully this game kind of gets him back into the swing of things, because we're going to need him if we're going to do well in this wildcard game.
Yeah. Little impact on the game, I thought. I'm not sure how he was in the best. I just had a quick look at the stats. Only 190 odd meters gained, and I know that's a nothing stat. Only the 2 clearances. Not quite sure what they saw in him. I thought he was quite ineffective, to be honest, and below par, I could even say. Sometimes, like I said, I think they're just shit journalists that have got no idea, or just the sort of people that they watch 3 Collingwood games a year and that's De Goey. They wouldn't have a fucking clue who any of the other blokes are. I don't know. It's just a subpar game, really. I don't know what else I can say about it. Yeah. Not sure what they've seen. I would like to get input from the chat if they've saw something I didn't. I wasn't at the game tonight. I watched it from home, and sometimes you don't get the full picture at home. So, look, if anyone can make a case of him being in our top 4 or 5 best players, please tell us, because I don't think I'm alone on this panel either.
And please, guys, listen to Milkshakes in the chat. He's got the best advice. Like and subscribe. Get me up there with the big movers and shakers in the YouTube sphere, because I want to be a YouTube superstar here, and I want people to think, oh, fuck, that's right, because Mick said it, and I need to get up there in this YouTube atmosphere and start fucking moving and shaking, mate. What the fuck's going on, mate? Any newbies out there? Give me a like. More importantly, give me a subscribe as well while you're there. Enough of that. All right. We'll go on to Bo McCreary. 22 posies.
He was our best player tonight. I think he was better than Nick, even.
Yeah. Fuck, he was busy. Fucking hell. That would have to be his best game for the club. Like, I know he's had fucking great, impactful games in his, in the last 4 years or so. But even in those games, it was kind of like a burst kind of, situation where we just have bursts of fucking miraculous little cameos. But this one, fuck, he seemed to be there and abouts for the 4 quarters, and he did some really important things. And mate, he could have scored some inspirational goals when he was free. And that goal that he did score, I was screaming out, just kick it, because I remember from last week when he was in a similar situation, he fucking tried to pass it off and he fucked it up. But this time he fucking just kicked it, man. And there was another moment too. I'm like, kick it, Bo, kick it, Bo. He had that fucking goal at his mercy, but he missed it. What did he would have kicked about 2 or 3 behinds, I reckon. What did he do? 2 behinds. There you go.
The fact that he combined the disposals with 12 tackles.
Yeah.
Like, look at that.
Yeah.
That's a nice fat stat there.
And just when we thought, a lot of us kind of like said, Bo in the CBAs, it's not working. But I'll tell you what, he was doing all right in the CBAs as well, man. We put him in there, and it was great to see him fucking there scrambling around and, laying tackles and getting clearances. Does it have clearances on this? There you go. What did he get? 3. I thought it would have been more, but there you go. Do you guys agree? Bo's best game for the club? From memory, easy. From memory, easy. I can't, I'm sure he's had games where he's kicked 3 goals, but fuck, man.
Well, look, he's definitely going to get
in terms of this season, absolutely. In terms of his career, it's a bit hard to say because, again, I'm going off like my head, and like, yeah, as you said, there's been some games where he's kicked 3. Might have even had a game where he kicked 4.
Yeah,
not sure if but I think he might have had a game where he kicked 4 goals. But yeah, it's a bit hard to say for his whole career, but certainly this year, he's just been one of those just really frustrating players. And again, God, I'm going to come across as such a cunt tonight, aren't I?
Why do you have to be so negative, Sean, mate? We got the draw, mate.
Well, I mean, is this a negative thing? The fact that back in 21, I literally said that this guy is another version of Dane Swan. And I've always believed this. I've always thought that he's had the potential to be a Dane Swan type.
Yeah.
But the thing is that with him, the reason why he hasn't been a Dane Swan type is because he hasn't had the hunger and the desire. And that's actually what we actually saw a bit tonight. Like, could there be a bit more? Could this be the path where he could be that type of midfielder? Yeah, he could. But there's also every chance he's also going to go back to his old ways next week, and he's going to get 14 disposals, maybe kicks a goal, maybe goes at 60% efficiency, sort of does both things. Yeah, he might get you 6 to 8 tackles, but really at the end of the day, it's just the whole. Again, like, as much as he can be a very good player, but God, he's just such a tease because he's best. He could be a top 10 player in the competition, let alone Collingwood. But he's as much as we talk about Kruger being a tease and other players being a tease, I feel like Bo's also a tease, but he's in terms of what he dishes out, it's still good enough to be on an AFL list. He teases that he could be this like top 10 player in the competition.
Yeah.
And that's what's frustrating to me is that if he had that endeavor through, like, if he had like Nick's passion, like Nick Dacos's passion, wanting to better himself, take the game on. And again, he showed it tonight that like there was moments where he wanted to carve up the opposition with his kicks and his pressure and his tackling and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, just in the off chance that Bo is listening to this, please fucking more of this, because like I have sung his praises for so damn long in terms of him being such a talented footballer, but he's just never really given a shit. So if he can do more of what he did tonight, he's only going to get better and improve and be that top 10 player in the comp. And again, people can say whatever they want about that comment, but still, like, I don't know. It's such a I don't know. He's such a frustrating player when he can be so good. But because there's a lot of times he just lacks interest, but he has the talent though.
I think.
What was that, Void?
Well, I put a rocket up him in the North Melbourne game.
Okay.
I think at half time he put a rocket up him. He gave him a bake on the sidelines, and I reckon since that game, he's been really good, and he's been better with each game. He's been progressing. So I think it's been about 3-4 weeks of Bo building towards a game like this.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'm just fucking just throwing this out there. You never know, mate. He was in really shit form up until about 6 weeks ago. And maybe the Tassie interest cooled a bit because they made a big fucking, I don't know, that was the thing in the media. Oh, fucking a whole bunch of fucking first round picks or some shit for him. And then he was in really shit form. And everyone was saying, "What the fuck? First round picks for this guy? He's fucking shit." And it could be that, mate. He's probably come to the realization. I tell you what, man, I better fucking get my finger out, man. Did you witness that bake he copped from Fly? Void, was it on tally? Was it?
Yeah, I mean, Paul and I discussed it a little bit. That was the moment where he seemed really fed up with him.
Oh, okay.
He sort of came out firing after he copped that. He really applied himself, and because I mean he singled him out in the press conference about a week before that, 1 or 2 weeks before that, and then I think that was at his wit's end with him.
Yeah.
And look, if he's going to be a great player for us, or if he's going to put together these amazing games, even just to up his value, if he does leave, then it's sort of a win-win. So,
All right, Boba Query. Let's move on, and I hope you're still with us, Dermot, because here it comes, mate. We might have a couple of Dan Houston rants. We've already had a mini rant from Shawnee, but I'll start off with this because I observed his game because he was on my mind. Another YouTuber came on a couple of weeks ago and was adamant that he was our fourth best player this season, which I disagreed with. And I thought maybe before this game, you know what? Let's see. Maybe he could have a point, and that point was proven totally wrong after this game. Now, he's had 21 posies, okay? He kicked a goal. But apart from that, the turnovers continued, and some of those handballs, like even right from the start, like handballs that were just too strong for the receiver to, it's kind of like, mate, you don't have to fucking handball it to him like it's he's right there, mate. So Dan Houston, I pass on the torch to Adrian for this one. Are you listening, Derm? Fucking wake up, mate. Here it is.
Okay. This is not good enough. This is not good enough. And I'm calling out other people in our community who continually defend this guy and throw stats and throw this and throw that and throw goals and throw meters gained and throw all this bullshit. This is not good enough. For a guy we have got across to our club, our famous fucking club, to be out there every week going through the motions is not good enough. Stop defending this fucking useless absolute fringe player right now every week. Call it as it is. What he has done to our club for the last 2 years is not good enough. We invested a lot in him. He was our third fucking choice club, and he's fucking playing like it right now. And this has been 2 fucking years. 2 years where he has not stood up. He's a senior footballer. 1 or 2 games in his whole tenure at Collingwood, he has stood up. Stop defending him. Call it as it is. It is not good enough. I'm sick to death of these players asking for the king's ransom, and we're dumb enough to pay him. He's a halfback flanker, senior footballer, jogging in the fucking back line. Nick Watson gets away once or twice. Houston have an opportunity to put some perceived pressure on him. No, instead he chooses to jog. He kicks it out of bounds multiple times. No awareness. Senior footballer, no awareness. Yeah, he kicks a goal. Hang your hat on that. He's kicked a goal. Mate, Nick fucking pinpointed him like I've never seen a fucking kick in my life before. It's not like he's created some play and he's gotten out the back. Nick's just fucking the only player in the competition that can kick that fucking pill to him in that scenario. The guy is not good enough. Please, Collingwood, if there is a club interested in this off season, trade him. Put him on the trade table right now. Put the feelers out. Get him out of this club. It is an embarrassment.
Wow. That's what I call a rant, mate. Wow.
Yeah. The problem is with him is you find yourself, you've lowered the bar to such an extent with him that you find yourself just internally, you'll see him do some good things and you kind of like giving him a little golf clap, you know?
Yeah.
But that's the problem. Like now you're looking, you're trying to like look for little signs to sort of like think that he could turn it around. But at the end of the day, like he did have a pretty good first quarter, but then after that, he just went back to doing what he does. And then whether the result ends up being a 0-0 draw, because whatever good he does, he sort of undoes. So then it ends up just becoming like not having a player out there.
Now, when I was listening to the Pies footy stream before this, Voidoid, I saw a comment of yours about attempting to trade him. Can you elaborate on that? I can't remember what it was. I just remember seeing you type something. Yeah. Do you remember what you? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I've sort of like a broken record. I've said it many times that if somebody's interested, we really should trade him. He's either disinterested or he's just not good enough anymore. Hoping he's just disinterested, so at least he has some value to another club that might offer a decent pick for him. I said if we can get something inside pick 20, inside the top 20 for him, that would be great. Just get him off to another club and bring in another draftee, and that's it. If it's I don't think you should be paying a halfback flanker that much money anyway.
Yeah.
No matter how good they are, I don't think halfback flankers are really like, not to disrespect the position. It's an important position, but it's a position that people can start out playing in their career before they go to the midfield. So to me, it's like you can get a mid-season draftee who can fill a role like that. I mean, Essendon just got Jackson Artemis from the mid-season draft, and they got Nick Martin as an SSP. These are all, players they got for nothing that are absolute stars at halfback. Or which Artemis could be. The other Nick Martin definitely is. I just don't like that we're paying that much, and we gave up that much draft capital. I understand teething issues. Last year, I was kind of, in a bit of denial about him, and I was like, no, he just needs the extra year to figure out the system, whatever else. But I think when you're playing halfback, is there much to figure out system-wise? Like, it's a pretty straightforward position to play.
Yeah.
And when you pay that much for a player, you're not paying for somebody to learn. You're paying for somebody to make immediate impact. If you're bringing in a prospective player, then fine. Oh yeah, they've got to figure out this, that, or the other. But yeah, when you overpay, usually you're doing that because you need to be better immediately.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the problem. We're treating him like he's a rookie, and he isn't.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. Like, you know how you just said earlier, you don't give up that much for a halfback flanker. Now, at the time, I was more than happy with what we gave up because he was an All-Australian, yeah. And we repeat it like a mantra here. It's a double-edged sword, man. Like, all right, we're not playing him exactly how he was playing at Port Adelaide, but we're playing him a little bit differently. But what does that mean? You know, he has to turn it over so many times and fucking, not go in hard when he's supposed to go in hard. Yeah. Josh Jacobs.
You also.
Go.
I was also going to mention this when it comes to Houston.
Mm.
And God, this would make so much sense, even though it'd be hard to obviously confirm it right now. But like, this guy is literally playing like he's got the biggest golden parachute of all time.
Mm.
I would even go so far. Actually, no, fuck it. I'll put it in the vault. Dan Houston will be a foundation player at Tassie when Tassie come into the competition.
Mm. Well, there's the Ken Hinkley connection there, so yeah, you never know.
Yeah, and whether if it's just as simple as that, I have no idea. The fact that the AFL came out the other week and they said that if players are on like a decent amount of money, we can sort of like pay a bit of their salary so we can get a decent pick. I mean, with the way Houston's playing, I would be paying all of his salary just to get a decent pick. Just get this cunt the fuck off our list. Like, I swear to God, like that's the thing. Like, if this was a family member, because the way I look at it is that if this was a family member that was turning up to all the family gatherings, they had a partner, and you could, even though there was no evidence to like suggest that their partner was doing something to them, whether if it was physical, mental, emotional, financial, whatever, you just know something is not right. And as a family member, you can't fucking just sit there and then not do anything about it. Like, I just can, like, the fact that we literally have, and I guess it's not always on the supporters because the supporters will support, but like, as a football club, how we just don't keep this guy accountable is just beyond me. This guy took the money that he took. No one held him hostage and told him to sign the contract. Like, this guy, whether if it is just Hinkley himself or whatever, but this cunt's going to be a foundation member for Tassie. I can see it now. It even shows with the way he plays because he clearly does not give a fuck because he knows he's got the golden parachute over at Tassie. Like, let's just fast forward this shit and get him either the fuck out of this club next year, at the end of this year, or let's just in the end, surely we should just be putting something in place to get him out because it's just not good enough with what he's dishing out. And again, even if we have to pay some of his salary, good. Whatever gets him out is the best thing for this club.
When Mark Neville agrees with you, mate. But I think we all agree with you, mate.
I saw Mark last night, barracking for Adelaide in a stream.
Okay. All right. The double agent is here, mate. There you go.
No, but it doesn't matter. This cunt's going to Tassie. We all know it. Like, even as I said, even if it's as basic as Hinkley coaching, I don't give a fuck. Whatever gets this cunt out of the club, let it happen. Because, I just can't sit back and just even though I'm not saying it, but the fact I even get to hear supporters being like, "Oh, but Houston kicked a goal today, so at least we need to be appreciative of that. At least he's trying hard." Like, fuck's sake, like, like again, I know supporters are going to support, but there has to be a time and place where you just go, no, he's on enough money to where he should know better. He's played enough fucking games to know, to know how to play the game. We have people like Swaddling. We have people that are playing their first fucking year, and they're just starring off the bat. And like, this is Houston's second fucking year at Collingwood. Like, what more does he need to do to go, okay, cool, this is what I need to do to kick into gear? It's,
Can I ask you a question, Sean?
Like,
okay, just out of curiosity. If, let's say he can get
Yes, I would play Jacob Ryan over Houston. All right, let's move on. What's your question?
Let's say he can get let's say Butters comes to Collingwood because Dan Houston said he wants to play with Dan Houston. Then what do you do?
Then I would keep him on the list for 12 months and then fuck him off to Tassie, and then so he's that stopgap. But yeah, because it's so obvious he's going to Tassie, right? Like, he's playing such lazy football, and just he's playing like he's got a golden parachute.
Like, if he does go to Tassie, what's kind of cool about it is they sort of essentially, he's pre-listed to Tassie essentially, so that means that they would be giving us a pick, I think, in the upcoming draft, even though he would still play for Collingwood for another year until Tassie begins. So I think you would get to use that draft capital a year earlier than you otherwise would.
Whatever gets him off the books and whatever gets him out of this club, I am all for.
You know what fucking shits me? That first year he was pretty, pretty dire, and like a lot of people said, he needs a year to get used to our game plan. It's like, all right, now that excuse has gone down the toilet. What's the excuse now, mate? Sorry, man, you have to adapt to a new game plan. Does that mean you got to fucking just constantly fucking turn it over and not go in hard and fucking what else do you want?
And I kind of find it and I kind of find it I find it a tad annoying when people bring in like Shooter to this conversation. Like, yes, I understand we have overpaid for Shooter. I will agree with that. But to me, it's like Shooter's giving us something.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Houston giving us? And I say that, yes, he kicks a goal every now, like one in every 3 games. He gets his 16 to 18 disposals. But again, like, as much as I go, yes, we overpaid for Shooter as well. But at least we walk off the field going, fuck, at least Shooter had a good game. Like, that's again, like, it's just, I just don't understand how people can just walk off. I don't understand how people can walk away from this game and have a single positive thought about Houston. Like, it just, like, I can't do it.
Now, on Magpie Army Chronicles, we have we can be very opinionated, but we also understand that other people have different opinions, and we respectfully acknowledge those opinions, And one guy in the chat, Josh Jacobs, is an absolute class act, He's playing, has a different perspective on this, Is he actually lazy? He covered the 4th most distance on the ground with 15.4 kilometres and 2nd most for us in this game. Do we acknowledge this statistic, and does that mitigate his effective your analysis of his output today?
Yeah, I can.
But doesn't the side bottom cover the ground as well? And how has his season been? fucking shithouse. So like, again, happy to have the conversation. Like I'm always here for football reasons.
Yes.
I know it can be very easy to turn the narrative into me talking about this as a personal thing, because I do get very aggressive when it comes to this shit. It's only because I'm so passionate. But really, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to make Collingwood the best football club it can be. I'm voicing my opinions to have that be the intent. And I look at someone like Houston, even so, like the fact that I didn't even realize Sidebottom was a laid out, because I was obviously talking amongst friends and stuff like that, and we were waiting for the game to come on. I was actually looking at halftime thinking, fuck, I haven't seen Sidey. He must be playing really bad.
Yeah.
And then I also saw Harrison get the ball. I'm like, hang on, wasn't Harrison out? And I checked that the guy wasn't even playing.
Yeah.
So like, again, it's just it's like at the end of the day, it's like it's never obviously a personal thing. Let's just make that abundantly clear. But it's just there just has to be, again, it comes down to, like even I thought we haven't spoken about him, but there's been even someone like Howes. Like I thought Howes was like pretty good, given it was his second game, looked a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
But it's like we shouldn't be bagging out someone like a Howes. But because this is where we need to be more critical for guys like Houston, guys that have played games, guys that have been in the system, that have these like experiences. And like I don't know, it's so weird how we even have supporters. They'll be happy to bag out like a Noah House when he makes a mistake. But then they see Houston every single week, and then they mention how he's the fourth best player in the team this year. Like, make it make sense, please.
People
go.
I'll be quick, and I want to hear what Age has to say about it too. They're very quick to pick out who's expendable, that's just kind of finding their feet, which I never agree with. As I've said vehemently throughout the week in the chats, I said, how's he built into the West Coast game? Yes, people brought up how at all at sea he looked in the first half, but I thought he built nicely into the game without having an outstanding game. But it was his first game, and I wanted to see how he backed it up. And tonight he looked confident. He went in for contests and grabbed the football against a side that's very intimidating to play. Just people have to chill calling for someone's head after one game.
Oh, they call for people's heads after a quarter. Like, I mean, the amount of people I'll even see on Twitter, it'll be quarter time in round 0, and they'll already be making definitive statements.
Yeah, game day chats are the worst.
Fucking wild.
Yeah, game day chats.
And someone kicks a goal, and it'll be round 2. Oh, this guy's going to win the fucking Coleman this year.
Yeah, like, people run on emotion during a game, and they, everything's heightened. The badness is heightened. The greatness is heightened.
Yeah. I keep my discourse at private chats with mates during games. I don't go on social media because I'm susceptible to that too, Sean, mate. I make really terrible calls after my quarter, mate.
Yeah. No, but and that's fine. But it's just some of these people will double down on it. And mind you, I'm probably not any different, to be fair. But like, it's just, I don't know. Like, again, if you're calling someone to win the Coleman after round 2, like, come on.
Yeah.
Or like, you're already saying, oh yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a bad season, and it's halftime in round 0. Like,
yeah. Go Age.
I just want to go back to what Joshy said. Yeah, about the 15.4 kilometers. Yeah, that's fine, Josh. Absolutely. You're proving my point though, where what happens is, so he's a senior footballer that, in my opinion, is nowhere near where he needs to be. But then what happens is the defenders of Houston come out and they pick out that one stat that during the week or during the game he did well at, and then that's what they hang their hat on. And it's been a consistent theme with a guy like Houston week after week, where it's people are critical and then people turn around and say, but he did this week, and he was like the second best for us. You're just proving my point, mate. I mean, it's just not good enough. And look, we Mick's allowed an open forum here, and we're not going to hold back. And the reality is, I strongly disagree with you if you want to put that up as an argument of, his contribution to the team. To me, that's just a fundamental of the game, much like his match-saving tackle a few weeks back. It was just a fundamental of the game that people were hanging their hat on, Yeah, it's just not enough. Simple as that, mate.
It's because we lowered the bar a bit, like I said before. We're looking for something to praise him for, which is probably an indicator of where he's at.
Yeah. Also, as well, I'm really curious, and Josh, I say this in being extremely genuine when I say, can you please look up the stats of how much distance Sidebottom covers in the game? Because if it's roughly the same numbers, then that's roughly what you're looking at in terms of impact. I'm sure you can have players that can be running 15Ks and they can impact a game. But again, if Sidebottom's got roughly around 15 as well, because I know his numbers can be up there too. Then you've got to put Sidebottom in that same conversation as well.
And Josh is really fantastic analysis of a lot of players and games.
Oh yeah.
And so like he's seeing something and we're seeing something different.
That's all good.
It's always a conversation at the end of the day. Yes, things can get heated because we're all passionate and we're all trying to, as much as we can go about it different ways. Like we've got different, techniques and ways of wanting our club to be the best version of itself. But at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is to make this club the best version of itself. There's and as much as I disagree or agree or anything in anything in between, again, happy to have the conversation. I feel like the conversations sometimes are more entertaining than the football itself. At times. And again, no, but it's like I'm not trying to as much as I'll sit here and passionately disagree with someone, but that's also a part of the game is that we talk about it and we go, hey, well, I saw this and I saw it this way. It's like, well, I saw it differently because I saw it this way. Then we come together and have a conversation and, we sort of work it out. Okay, well, what's the reality? Because the reality isn't one side and not the other. The reality is often in between. It's somewhere in the middle. So,
and you've got to, and it's also important to sort of define what you consider work rate, as a footballer, because there's a lot of different key indicators, and what Ben says is probably true. It's not a laziness thing if you're covering that much distance, but there's certainly a mechanism is broken, and the effort probably isn't there. The work a part of the work rate's there, but it depends where he's running to. Is he jogging with the football, without the football? So I was critical earlier in the year about people were sort of putting up Rowan Steele. They're like, oh, but he's got elite GPS numbers. And I'm like, yeah, but what's the fucking point if you're getting 10 disposals? You're running without the football all day. I don't know quite how I judge kilometers covered, because it can be very I don't know if anyone wants to enlighten me on what they think, but
Enzo Valentino, hello Mick and co. Great game to watch from an outsider's perspective. We've already talked about Fly's reaction to fist pumping, but just on your team, Enzo, how fucking fortunate are you to be kissed on the dick? Because every time, if we were to be playing Western Bulldogs, they would not be fucking resting Bontempelli and fucking Tim English, mate. So how fortunate that Western Bulldogs have no respect for you at all. They've just, we'll rest Bontempelli and Tim English. against Carlton. So pencil in that win for yourselves next week and celebrate away, and we shall meet you in 2 weeks, most likely. But you're a legend, Enzo. You're a top bloke. All right. Shall we progress further? Enough of Dan. Let's go talk quickly about Nick Watson. 20 posies, well held by Q. Got away a couple of times, but didn't really destroy us as we all feared. And every time he seemed to get the ball, there seemed to be someone on his hammer. And can I get Voidoid to elaborate? You have a theory that Swadling did a job on on Watson when he went up ground. Do you are you still going with that?
I was muted. Wait a second.
Yep.
I was talking to Ben about it. I asked during the game. I said, "Is Swadling? Do you think Swadling's maybe matching up on him when he's, when he's at stoppages around the ground?" And he seemed to agree with me that that he was being handed off to IQ when he was running forward, but then he might have had a Swadling matchup for a tiny, tiny fraction of the game when he went up the ground.
Yeah.
Be interesting if anyone else saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if that happened, that was actually something I called a few days ago.
Yeah. But even when he was playing up forward, Q did a fantastic job. And, someone, I don't know where it was, I seem to, it's in my short-term memory, someone said, Q's numbers were a bit down or something like that. But he had his hands full, mate. If you're going to play on Nick Watson, mate, you're not getting big numbers, mate. There's a lot of shit you got to concentrate on. And you did a job, man, and well done for Q, because we want to see Q at his best, man. And Q would probably be in the rooms after the game thinking, you know what, I did a job today, and he earned his wage this week for sure. Yeah, he did look threatening, as Mello says, but he didn't hurt us, which is the big thing. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Josh Ward kicked those 2 goals in a row, and apart from that, didn't even notice him. Pendles. You know what? Someone in the chat said earlier, put up a poll. If I was intelligent enough to know how to do that, I'd do that. But I have no idea. I've been trying to talk and monitor the chat, and I've been trying to work out how to do it, but I've got no fucking idea, man. I'll work it out one day. Pendles. I'll go around the board and in the chat, ask everyone in the chat in regards to Pendles. I will just start out and say, if we're getting Butters and if we're getting Lachie Neale, we've already got fucking Allen that stepped up. We've got Swadling that just had a breakout game. And I haven't even mentioned Nick yet. If we've got all those players running around next year, do we really need Pendles demanding a spot and having to facilitate a position for him even after we rest him every 3 weeks? And he's nowhere near what he was. And, of course, he's a sensational player. Please don't jump on me and say, how can you disrespect him? I'm not disrespecting him, but he's nowhere near as effective as he was. And he got caught earlier in the game. Look, I'm sure his coaching on the field is fucking fantastic, but we've got to move. How long are we going to have him as a coach on the field, man? We're just going to keep playing him. He can't play. He struggles to play 2 games in a row. He gets little niggles all the time. I will put my hand up. I will die on this hill, and I will say I would like Pendles to retire. Look, if we're getting Lachie Neale and if we do get Butters as well, as I said, we've got Edel and Nick. Our midfield's stacked next year. Where do we fit him? I would be happy to entertain keeping him on the list, but I would like to see him in the reserves, teaching, showing the likes of Prindable and Harry Di Mattia the ropes of midfield, the dark arts of the midfield trade. But I would like someone to have a word to him and say, next year your spot in the ones is not a guarantee. Yes. Yeah. Warble, as usual, yes, please retire regardless of who comes in. So, I've put caveats on my statement. Warble has no caveats. It's just retire. But I'm sure this will, the chat will be very, will have disparate views on this. And I would like to know what the panel thinks of what I just said. Adrian?
Yeah, Mick. You took the words out of my mouth, really. I would go one step further. I would say, regardless of who we get in, who we lose, Pendles, please, this week, please. It's time, mate. The only path forward I see with him at our club is the absolute minimum contract, the absolute minimum money, and you've got to be happy playing VFL or literally nothing. And if we have a big injury problem, or, you know, when it's suitable, you might play 2 or 3 or 4 games and see how you go. But so let's look at the game tonight. Let's reference the game tonight. Notice how every time we went end to end, and it was the younger guys and the guys with a bit of leg speed, we were creating things. And every time the ball ended up with Pendles, it was stop and prop, and the flow just ended instantly. I'm sorry, and I don't know. I think this might be the popular opinion now, but I think people are starting to see that he's just not part of our best 23 anymore. Right now he is, because of the injury situation, but with a full complement, I'm sorry, he's not part of our best 23 anymore. And you can make the argument, this is similar to the Houston thing, where, you know, there's little things that you can pick out, leadership, you know, quality of ball use when he does have it, you know, all those things. But the sum of all parts right now is just he's not the Pendlebury that we all know and love, and it is time. It is time.
Yep. Voidoid generation.
Yeah, this is a tough one, because this is one of those things I can't be objective about it. I struggle with this one. You know, I know what should happen. I'm too much emotional attachment, so I'll let someone else delist it.
Voidoid offers the straight bat and a defensive stroke straight down the pitch for no runs. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll take the coward. I'll take the coward's path, and I'll let someone else do the dirty work.
And that man will be UG, ultimate greatness.
Absolutely, I would do it. Fuck it. All right, so basically, this is the breakdown. Could he retire? Absolutely. But if he signs on, what do we know is going to happen? Pendles will probably be playing 15 games in the reserve, in the seniors, and will not be playing a reserve. Let's just keep this a buck. Let's keep this into what the reality is going to be when Pendles plays. If he signs, he will not see the VFL. It's just not going to happen. We need to be real with ourselves, and we need to understand that, it's just not going to happen. If you think that there's going to be some fairy tale that he's going to see a VFL game or even play on a VFL ground, you're delusional. Get real. So in that case, he needs to retire.
Yep.
We treat the VFL like it's a graveyard, so we need to talk about our VFL, because that's how the club treats it. And Pendles will not see any minutes in the. If your intent is, it's nice if he gets a contract because he'll get 10 games in the. just stop. You're not going to get it, so don't.
Yeah. So my the caveat on my statement that I would accept Pendles if he was I'd have a spot on the list for him if he was a captain coach sort of thing like in the VFL. You're saying
You're not
that is a
going to get
ridiculous.
it, Mick.
Yeah. No,
No,
it's okay.
you're just not going to get
Yeah,
it.
it won't happen. I know.
Like, and again,
it's
like,
a pipe dream.
yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I hate to be that guy, and I hate to be, the prick in the conversation, but it's just
Why you're always
not
that
gonna-
guy, Sean.
But like again, it's like we know what Fly is, we know what Fly does. Like if Pennebury is on the list, he's going to be playing seniors, and he will not see the VFL. So this pipe dream that he's going to be playing VFL games, even be, he's going to look after the kids and he's going to even be a development coach for the VFL team. It's not going to happen. Like, it's just not. Like, are we really sitting here in a realistic sense saying it's going to happen?
Can I just say
again? We treat the VFL like it's a graveyard. Like the fact that we had people on another channel talking like, VFL's not a graveyard. It fucking absolutely is. Yes, there's like exceptions to the rule, and yes, Fly's getting better at playing them. But again, better is still not good. It's still not at a level where it's good enough. There's been plenty of players this season that have played above expectations. But I would even go as far to say if they're playing above expectations, guess what? It means they were ready earlier than what they should have been. What's so wrong with playing guys? Let's just say you play them round 0. Let's say you pick 6 guys. We know they're a part of our future, but we need to know what's up with them. Give them an opportunity 4 to 6 games in a row, and it's also for the kids when they're getting played and when they're getting these games, when they get dropped, they're not being dropped because they're bad. They're being dropped because they're not good enough. And there's a fucking huge difference in that. Like the confidence and the belief that the kids then end up having because it's like, okay, I'm not good enough because I haven't done this, this, and this. So therefore, I don't have enough like talent. But if I do this in the VFL and I tick these boxes, then I'll get another opportunity. It's the intent that we don't do with these kids. Like we need to be playing these kids to where we're not setting them up to fail, of course, but we need to be playing them so we're okay. Where are they at? Like any kid that's been drafted in the last few years, even like say someone like a Joel Cochran. Okay, do we see a future in him? Yes. Okay, playing him. Okay, we found out after 3 to 4 games. Okay, well, he's not very strong in the contest. Okay, so let's let him go back to the VFL, be stronger in the contest. When the ball's coming in the defensive 50, we want you taking those really strong marks. Okay, go actually take some contested marks in defense. Like there's when you're actively showing the intent, hey, we want you to be a part of this club, but we also need you to be ready to be a part of this club. It's a whole different ball game. But when you treat someone like a fucking Jacob Ryan in the VFL, when he's getting disposals after disposals, and it's you just basically just treating him, on the you treating this VFL like it's a fucking graveyard shift every fucking week. And then you wonder why some of these kids aren't motivated enough to actually get games. Is it getting better? Yes. But is it at a level where it's acceptable? Fuck no.
Yeah. All right. Milkshakes. What did he say earlier? It was fucking funny. Hold on. Where is it? Fuck. Where are you? Milkshakes put something funny up earlier. I'm looking for it again.
Oh, the ultimate milkshakes.
No, before that. I had it up on the fucking thing, man. Where the fuck is it? Fuck. Milkshakes. Repeat what you fucking said like earlier, man. It was funny. All right.
What I was just going to quickly say, I heard Matty Lloyd during the week. He was talking about Pendles as a coach.
Yeah.
He was saying that he's never coached with anybody who's able to convey complex information in the most simplest way possible that all of these grammar school kids can actually understand his instruction. And Lloyd reckons even he's not able to get through to them in this sort of streamlined way. So I think with the kind of stripes that Pendles has as a coach at sort of junior level and as an on-field coach, I actually think he'd be one of the rare types that doesn't need to do an apprenticeship at another club.
Yeah.
I don't think I think he's probably, if there is an exception to the rule, it would be him. I reckon he could almost be an assistant at Collingwood. If he, once he retires, if he wants to go and get the experience, that's different. But I actually, I think the guy's got a pretty, he's played under 3 very different coaches.
Yeah. You're worse than milkshakes, Sean. And that's buy milkshakes.
And I'm just, again, these are genuine, real, honest thoughts that I have with the club. If anyone has an issue, they can kick rocks.
Yeah. I haven't heard that one before. Kick rocks. Fuck. All right. Moving on. Let's have a look. Who can we talk about? James Sicily.
Yeah, skip all those motherfuckers.
Yeah. Dylan Moore. Fuck. Yeah, fuck them all. Rowan Steele, mate. A couple of fucking very unconventional snaps close to goal. What do you call that kind of kick? That first goal, mate? Ridiculous. Like it was a snap, but from the side of his foot, kind of thing, and it looked, from my vantage point from the couch, I'm like, he's fucking shanked it, but it went straight through the middle, man. Loves a goal, doesn't he? Finds the goals.
It was bloody sorcery, that goal. That's all you can say about it.
Yeah.
There's no right to be, I don't know what side of what boot. It basically, like, time and space cease to exist for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he did a soccer. Go, Adrian. Yeah.
No, I was just going to say these sort of players, and I know people are like, not sure if he's got it or not, and look, absolutely open for debate. He's not a lock in that 23 as we sort of predicted he might be to this point of the year. However, one thing with this guy is every fucking game he plays, he kicks goals. Like it's just, and that can't be understated. He plays, he kicks goals. Like he's just really crafty around the forward line.
And could have kicked more. Missed a few, like, on the run from about 50 that, if he kicked those, fuck. But, he's been fortunate enough because he lost a bit of form earlier this year. He's been fortunate enough that we've got injuries now and we've asked him to come back into the team and he's hitting the scoreboard. And 17 posies is overs for him, yeah? And there were moments where he was Josh, if he was one-on-one with D'Ambrosio, because I haven't even seen D'Ambrosio's name yet. What did he get? He only got 15.
Yeah, there he is. He's down the bottom.
Yeah. So, and my mate Paul Sheehan the other night was fucking talking up D'Ambrosio like he was the second coming of fucking Christ, mate. So there you go. Shall we move on to?
I just want to add with
that's all right.
I do want to have some comments around Steele. Like I think this is one of those like interesting ones with like Steele. Yes, I believe he's a fringe player. Even though I did say he was going to be a top 10 of the best and fairest, but yeah, when he's kicking goals and missing goals like that, I think that just comes down to he's just not playing enough games.
Mm.
But he's also that sort of. But then, yeah, I guess he's also in the conversation where he is one of those guys where you probably do drop to the VFL if you've got a full list. So it's one of those like interesting ones where a bit of a fringe, but like I think the reason why he misses a lot of these goals is because he's not getting like the continuity in his football.
Yeah.
Because some of the goals that he will kick, yes, he will kick, but a lot of the misses he has, it to me it comes across as like he's not in form because he's sort of he hasn't settled into the side. I don't know if you guys like agree or if you don't agree with that, but sometimes when you're just comfortable within the system, comfortable within the side, sometimes those goals, and I'm just watching the replay now, and he just kicked that goal with in the goal square where he tried to like check side off the side of his ankle, let alone boot. But yeah, like it's it's a really fascinating one because I feel like he could be a really good established player if he plays every week. And now that we know that Sidebottom's retiring, I would even just go full blown. All right, you're going to be our winger for next season. So do a massive preseason, do all the hard work, like do the hard yards, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because I do really rate him, and like, and this could be one of those moments where you go, okay, we have the faith to back you in, but you need to like put in the hard yards now.
Yeah.
So whether if it's a statement where we go, all right, Roan, if you want this spot, like earn it. So because I think he has the ability to earn it, but again, if he's going to be going to next year and he's going to be in and out of the side, I feel like kind of similar to like a Frampton, I guess. Like Frampton didn't get going till he was in that one spot, and he was like
Yes.
locked into that back line. So I kind of feel it's like kind of similar with Roan Steele in that sense. And that again, he's not going to be a superstar player. He's not going to be, this, the contributor. Yeah, maybe he might get you 20 disposals, maybe 18 disposals, something like that when he's, in form, fit and firing. But again, that's where you go and get, or that's when you need to have someone like a Lipinski up at the other end. As much as he needs to win a hard ball and he needs to put his head over it every now and then, but you sort of need him to. He's sort of at that age where it's like he's got no excuses. He should be leading, like in terms of the wingers, he should be setting the standards in terms of playing wing. Because he's the guy. As long as you have one guy getting over 20 disposals, and hitting even the score sheet with even a goal or so, that's when you can then have Steele, coming in and getting his 16, 17, 18 disposals, and he gets his 1 or 2 goals as well. So. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a lot more positive with someone like a Roan Steele than I am probably compared to the average fan in the community. But again, sometimes you do just need guys that aren't your superstars. They're just really good role players that just do what they need to do, but not necessarily what you want them to do. And if that means that locks up a wing spot for the next 5-6 years till we find somebody else. We don't really need anything more than that, so I feel like I can be content with that. And then again, if we have an upgrade or someone comes in and he's better, well, there you go. It's, it's not hard to find a replacement if you need to replace him. Yeah. That's sort of how I see it.
Yeah. Here, mate. He needs another preseason. There's a number of players on our list. Just need another preseason. Your Gus Andersons, your Rowan Steeles, Swadlings and all that, even like players that haven't played yet, like Saxena. After we've gone through all these players, I totally missed the VFL. So we will get a comprehensive report on the VFL earlier. I don't even know the result, and Greatness will provide that report for us. But keep it. Don't tell me yet. I want to be surprised by when Shawnee goes through it. All right. Shall we progress to the next man, which is Ned Long? Ned Long had a Ned Long game. Wasn't as effective as last week. What do you say, man? Yeah. Fucking,
Yeah.
I hate it when he gets pinged, man. Yeah. Go Age. Yep.
Yeah. Ned Long, Age is on his side. Last week, great game. This week, sort of back to what we've sort of expected of him. The shot at goal, 40 metres out directly in front, misses. It's just, look, Age is on his side. He's the right body shape. Please just improve over the off-season, Eddie. I think he's got potential. Look, he's a walk-up start for whatever reason. I know he had a bit of a spell on the twos, but let's just hope he comes back in 2027 bigger and better. I think what he's given us now is just the absolute bare minimum. I think he's got a little bit of scope for improvement. However, his disposal just doesn't seem to be improving at all. Look, he's just a limited footballer, but let's hope he absolutely gets to his maximum limit.
Let's face it, next year, if we get a couple of the guys that are touted to possibly come across, he's
playing reserves.
He's going to be pure depth,
It's kind of an interesting topic because I know me and Void have been, when it even comes to the VFL, we really need some experienced guys down there. Like obviously Ned Long's going to help, but we've been sort of talking about even Gresham, just to get some experience into there. Even if they are, has-beens at potentially the AFL level, we sort of need guys to come in that are that 150, 200 gamer type experiences because it's pretty damning whenever we come up against these teams. We seem to have a bit of talent, but when you actually look at just AFL experience across the board, when you play against the good sides, Brisbane a couple of years ago, when they had someone like Jared Lyons who had played, I think, 250, maybe 300 games, there was so many, I think like Darcy Gardner was another one. There were so many guys that had played like 150 plus games.
Devin Robertson.
And Devin Robinson. And then it literally got to the point where you looked at some of our most experienced players and it would be like a Lockie Sullivan with like 40 games. Or God, I mean, the fact that like we had Tom Mitchell playing our VFL last year was the exception to the rule rather than the rule itself. So if we can get someone like a Long in there, just so that the guys that we have developing through, it's only going to help their development, so then they can actually get better as footballers. Because as I said, like we need to stop treating this VFL side as a graveyard team.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about last night, about how our VFL needs a couple of guys that know that they're fringe players and they're happy to be fringe players. That way they're not looking for opportunity at another club. So you need some Oleg Markovs in the VFL. So then if you do get some injuries, you're not just bringing in like guys that aren't ready. You've got some guys that can just come straight in and kind of play a role when they need to.
Yeah. All right. Dan McStay, I thought, oh no, he's going to have his first game where he doesn't score a goal, but then he went bang, bang. Got that free kick, which was there. Sicily soaked it up, gave away a 50. And then after that, took that fucking fantastic fucking mark, man. Fucking hell, had no right to get that. And kicked another goal. So Dan McStay, and I saw a stat come up on the screen. Best forward in the league in the last whatever games it was. Can someone corroborate with that for me? Last 10 games or something. Fuck, he's come a long way.
not just the scoreboard impact. Because there's other forwards that kick more goals than him, but it's what he has a very complete game. It's a true centre half forward stat sheet. A true centre half forwards game on the stat sheet with the 16. Last week he had 20 touches, and he's getting some hit outs, and he's doing stuff around the ground. It's remarkable. And even tonight, it wasn't. Hawthorn were very McStay focused in the first half.
Yes,
letting a few other guys kind of get off the train a little bit, but I thought Dan worked himself into the game really well when it wasn't going his way. But even when he wasn't hitting the scoreboard, he was still really competing in the first half. It was just a matter of time until he got a couple of opportunities at goal.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. DC, where's their ruckman? Fuck. All right, hitouts. 43. Fuck. Meek destroyed him in the hitouts. DC had more posies. It just seemed after we're done with all this, I'll get the match stats. Yeah, I probably should have done that first up. I'll start doing that from now on. Get the match stats up before we go through the players. But so yeah, DC got destroyed in the hitouts, and I noticed that too. Like in the centre bounces, he was struggling, mate. He was trying to get body on body with him, but it didn't. I wouldn't say he got towed up, and he's continued on his progression of not playing fucking shithouse games. So that's a win, yeah. But I would have to say that Meek got his measure. Would you agree with that, guys?
I think so. So, Mick. I think like we were talking about for so often during the year. I mean, obviously DC's had a sensational month leading up to this game, but all we can ask of him now with the new rules is he's just got to get it as close to that 50-50 as possible. And then when he wins games, like when he wins the battle, awesome, like he sort of has been the last month. But when he loses it, not a like complete toweling up like it was for the first, few weeks of the season sort of thing. So look, he probably got beaten tonight, but again, he's doing enough for us, and that's really all we can ask for under these new ruck conditions.
Yep. All right. Shooter Schultz didn't hit the scoreboard, but did Shooter Schultz things like put pressure on, took that wonderful intercept, and I'm trying to remember what happened after that. Did we get a goal after that? He took this. He manufactured the turnover, and I think we at least got a shot on goal from it. He just does shooter things. Didn't hit the scoreboard, but we love him. Heart and soul. Just wish we didn't give up too much for him, but that's another argument. Don't worry about that. Shooter Schultz, mate. He's gonna fucking give everything, mate.
That's it.
Yeah. Interestingly, let's forget about the draft picks we gave away. Yeah. And some people don't like this comparison with Ginnivan. Yeah. But right now, you would have to say he's giving us more than what Ginnivan gave us, yeah? It could be argued if Ginnivan stayed, maybe he would have improved and given us a different dimension. But, you have to say that Shooter Schultz that has given us enough, man, for us to, not rue the Ginnivan departure that bad, yeah.
I might be proved wrong, but I really don't think Ginnivan will ever deliver in a finals match. He hasn't really so far, even for Hawthorn.
Okay,
and I don't think he ever will. I think Shooter is built for finals football, that finals intensity. I think Guinea.
He was doing Collingwood Guinea things today, wasn't he?
For once. he's a great player when things seem to be on his terms, but I think when the game's really hot, he can really be the first one to go missing.
Yeah.
Spot on, Void. Yep. The one thing I will say is about Schultz on the conversation with Schultz is polar opposite of like the Dan Houston. So this is where my biggest gripe with a guy like Houston is. I see Schultz giving, like, just throwing his body, and he would hurt every single week. I guarantee he's one of the most hurt blokes at the end of a game every single week, whether he's had 2 touches or he's had 10 and a few goals. He puts it all out there, and he puts his body on the line, which I don't see others do. Hence why I will never be critical of a guy that I see every week give 100% effort. Now, if that 100% effort isn't good enough to, like, get a game, for example, if we're referencing other players, then so be it. But at least I know the player's given 100%. And one thing I can guarantee with Shooter every single week is 100%. And I promise you, he'd be one of the sorest blokes come the Monday morning. I promise.
Yeah, he took a nice big hit today too and got back up like it was nothing. Yeah. All right. Sorry about Mitch Lewis. This cunt wanted fucking, what did he want? Fucking big bucks. Forget about it, mate. Harvey Harrison, the late in, and did all right. Just wish he had a left foot. But isn't it great to see that he seems to have finally gotten over any aftershocks from that knee injury, because he seemed to be running over the grass, on those flanks, and he looked great. 15 posies, which is good. Fuck, a lot of our players had a lot of posies. Harvey Harris, that's another one, mate. You just keep him in there. Why'd you drop him, man?
I don't think he was real. I think that was Ducks and Drakes, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't think I have a feeling, because Sidey announced his retirement. This is just speculation, but because he announced his retirement, it would have looked weird to omit him. So I was talking about this with Ben, that I wonder if this was always on the cards for him to be laid out and to make it sort of just save face a little bit, because it just seemed like kind of weird that yesterday he was right and today he isn't.
Yeah.
Because he was out through illness, right? So it wasn't even, like illness as well too. So that's always I don't know. I feel like whenever I see illness, I always sort of get dodgy vibes from illness.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
It's always so quick to even just go, oh, but he had food poisoning, or he had the flu, or like, it's so easy to say that, like. So I don't know. It just feels too easy just to make that excuse.
My read on this is pretty simple. I think that, so it came out that around Anzac days when Sidey first started having the chats with the coaching panel and whatnot about this is most likely going to be his last. I wouldn't be surprised from the few diabolical performances that they've been in recent weeks. The club and him have gotten together and they've said, look, Sidey, you're on the point of like being omitted, mate. And it could have been one of those situations where it's like, okay, we're 2 weeks out from the finals. We've got the home game against Brisbane. That might be perfect, So you sit out the Hawthorn game. We select you next week for the Brisbane game. That's your like farewell Sidey game in a sense, or celebrate Sidey game. And then if your form warrants it, you'll be playing in that first final, mate. But if not, potentially that Brisbane game's your swan song. And as it sits now, it's going to be a dead rubber, essentially. So look, it's all set up for it, but Void's on the money. It's all ducks and drapes, I think, the whole thing. They just didn't want to say Sidebottom omitted. That's really what I read into it.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of Pendles making his speech at his Sidey's little farewell shindig, it actually moved me because Pendles is normally a fairly sort of detached kind of character.
Yeah.
And to see Pendles, crying during his speech,
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's weird
Yeah.
because Pendles didn't even look that very emotional at all. I was more emotional than him at his milestone game,
Yeah.
But no, it was really something to see. The love that guy has for Saudi is just will melt your heart,
Yeah. All right. Okay. So that was Harvey Harrison. Let's go. Jack Crisp, it's a broken record.
Actually,
isn't it?
well, actually just to go back on Harrison, probably more
Yep.
on Sidebottom. How much better and more fluid was the ball movement tonight as well?
Exactly.
That's what happens when you have someone like a Harrison compared to someone like a Sidebottom. It's also why we've been very critical of Sidebottom too.
Yeah.
Again, career fucking phenomenal, awesome, great. Like we'll go down as one of the legends, but again, sometimes the reality needs to sink in at some point. And yeah, I would like to hope it's not going to happen, but I'd like to hope that this week that he has off, he plays against Brisbane, has towels Brisbane up, has an absolute blinder, and then the club goes, all right, we're now gonna put Sidey on the shelf. He's now officially retired, like immediately, and we're gonna focus on the wild card and finals.
Yeah.
But given the way they spoke, it seems like he's going to go right through, which, I would have a lot of respect for Sidey if he was to bow out early. Kind of do similar to a Hoskin Elliott, because, again, I feel like that's been something I've been sort of, keeping Sidey accountable on, is that, or at more so to the point of the club, is that why are we having Hoskin Elliott not go through the final series, but yet we are allowing Sidebottom to. Yes, I know Sidey's played more games, probably has a bigger name than Hoskin Elliott, but really, at the end of the day, I feel like for most weeks this season, I feel like I would have taken a Hoskin Elliott over a Sidebottom, and that's the current version of Hoskin Elliott, let alone last year's Hoskin Elliott.
Yeah.
So.
And also, just
I don't know. I just wanted to make that known as well too.
Just to add to what Sean was saying, you could justify it if you could say, "Oh, we're gonna push for another flag or something," right? Just hypothetically, and we're gonna have one more go. But the problem is, it'd be different if he makes it more likely that you're gonna get close to that goal, whereas I think he makes it less likely.
Yeah. And we saw.
I can literally see a final. Yeah. I can literally see. Like, I find it far more likely Sidebottom plays the final, and he's the reason why we lose it. Like, I think I was in one of the chats that we had a few weeks ago as we were watching the game. I can't remember who it was, but someone tried to go past one of our defenders. I think it was Swaddling, and Swaddling had like a rundown tackle. And the second I said it, I said, "Damn, if that was Sidey, that would have been a goal." And I don't remember what game it was, but it was anyway, I guess the team doesn't matter, but the fact that it's like that's basically the differences you're looking at, and then the differences in play is basically a shot on goal and then a holding the ball call where you then get possession. That's literally the differences you're basically looking at, and if that happens 3 or 4 times in a game, you're basically giving up 3, 4, maybe even 5 shots a game just because Sidebottom's on the field rather than someone like a Swaddling or whoever else we're playing that week.
And I get that they're really close, like Howie, Sidey, and Pendles especially. But the thing is, us as fans. I mean, I'll admit it. I'm a romantic. I'm a romantic above all else when it comes to most things in life. But the thing is, are you such a romantic that you're like, you want to see them go out together by losing an elimination final? Or does do a couple of them make way? And is the romance part of it that, they've played in two flags together, and that's, more than most ever get. And now it's time to maybe, give somebody else like a little taste of what it's like to be in the finals that hasn't been there before.
Yeah. And we saw tonight, we saw Swadling have a breakout game, and he played a lot of time on that half-back line, and that's the position side he's been playing. Maybe that will, raise eyebrows, because all of a sudden, wow, this Swadling kid can do a job off half-back. And we've been playing sidey there. There you go, mate. Because what did Swadling get? How many posies?
29, I think, from memory.
29. There you go. When's the last time Sidey got a 29 posie game? Yeah. All right. I am overdue to visit the bathroom, so I'm going to quickly go. Feel free, guys, to talk about the next few players, starting with Crispy. What can you say? It was another Crispy game. I'll be back in a second, guys.
No worries. I can. I'll kick us off with Crispy. Rinse and repeat what we've said for, what I've personally said for majority of the year. It's just not good enough for a senior guy. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I think next year he'll look. See, this is the thing with Crisp. He's still fit enough to be out there. He's still probably part of the best 23. But next year, I hope his spot gets taken by someone else, or he recaptures his, old form. But I think the game's starting to get past him a bit. And I think next year will be, okay, he's contracted next year, so we've got him next year. But I hope his position's taken next year, really. I don't think he offers us enough anymore. That's it, really.
I find it interesting that he gets a lot of meters gained with only 12 touches. That's interesting. I don't know what to make of that.
Because every time he gets the ball, he kicks it long.
That's why the meters gained stat. What is it? If the kick goes over 40 meters, it doesn't matter if it's a turnover; it still gets counted. Is that right?
I don't know for sure, but it could be.
Yeah. Look, I just don't like that stat. And I know a lot of people use that stat and your Fox Footies and all these programs, they love that stat. So, look, there might be more to it than what I'm aware of. I just trust my eye. I trust the eye test. And my eye tells me that Crispy is really on the fringe. And I think, next year, don't be surprised if it's the year that if he doesn't, improve drastically, I think he'll find himself out of the team, in my opinion.
Yeah. Would it be out of the team, but he still gets a contract through, say, like the VFL? Like, would you keep him on as like a top-up player, basically, plays VFL, but when we get injuries, he's there to play a senior game if needed?
Don't know, Sean. Don't know. He's contracted and he's got this consecutive games thing. Look, he's going to start round 1 next year, but I'll tell you now, if the current output continues, he'll almost certainly find himself out of the team fairly quickly next year, I think. Especially if we, like I said, we get some of these acquisitions. He can't just be having these sort of games as a senior footballer. Like it's just no impact games, mate. Like that's the thing. Can't have a guy. I'd rather have a kid that you're giving games to, having little impact, but they're growing into their role, rather than a guy nearing the end and he's giving us not much. But again,
for
me, a Crisp isn't on the same level as like a Houston and stuff like that. Like, Crisp, I still think can somewhat get back to somewhere near his form, but yeah, this year's just been a poor year overall for Crispy, I think.
Yeah. And that stat you were talking about, which I missed, that you're talking about the meters gained, because that looks pretty glaring there. And I'm thinking, how the fuck did he get that many meters gained from only fucking 12 posies, mate? But yeah.
The meters gained, his meters gained, normally you'd need twice the amount of disposals to get.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Also, efficiency was about 60, 67% or something like that.
Yeah, because also the other thing with Chris as well, I don't know if people have already pointed out in the comments, but yeah, it might also just be a Pendlebury thing as well, where if he's on the list, especially I think as well too, as long as he has the games record, like I just don't see him playing VFL. So that's for like another thing. So again, maybe having that conversation where he plays VFL is probably irrelevant. You basically got to like delist him till. But I don't know, maybe because I feel like he's got a good enough character where he could potentially play VFL if he wants to continue on. But I guess that's a conversation for the club to have. But it needs to. If VFL is not an option, or if he just wants, if it's just the games record and that's it, well, yeah, we need to get rid of him if that's the case.
All right.
Into next year.
Yeah. Gus Anderson. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, he looks cooked. He's most likely to get dropped." Didn't get dropped, and I kind of liked his game. This game, a lot of fucking pressure up forward, disposal. Leaves a lot to be desired, but kicked the goal. But some of that fucking tackling and fucking, in the clinches in the forward line were important for us, man, when we got some of those snap goals. And I like him there. I reckon we persist with Gus Anderson. Don't want to see him dropped. Interesting to see how they go with him.
Yeah. In terms of Anderson, like, he did look cooked. So that was definitely something I was sort of saying, not saying it in terms of like a definitive thing. It was more of a, if he was to be dropped, well, at least I can go, okay, well, I know when I saw him, he did look cooked. And if the club goes, we agree, that's why he's not playing, I go, okay, at least if you're going to drop these players, at least give us a reason, or at least give us something that we can hold our hats on, just to go, okay, they're not playing because of this. Cool, fine, fair enough. It's when you're dropping people like Swaddling and stuff, and he could have easily played that Adelaide game, and then I think, didn't he miss 2 games in a row? So like, again, what in the fuck was the club thinking with that? But it's more like if they're being dropped and it's like, okay, well, you watched the West Coast game, they were sore, so you wouldn't mind it too much. But again, I think it's actually awesome, the fact that they've actually played Anderson and he's actually looked like a better version of himself, because I don't know if that means that he did his recovery extra well this week, so that he's actually looked better, because maybe that's what it was. But no, credit to him, because he definitely looked cooked. Like, let's call a spade a spade. But at the end of the day, as a footballer, you have to perform every week, and I think that should be the expectations. Doesn't matter if you're playing, 1 game or 1,000 games, you need to perform. So obviously there's different levels of expectations of, because again, we're not going to bag out a 1 gamer. When you have guys that have played over 200 games that aren't performing, because then that's just not fair on the 1 gamer or whatever. Again, context is everything, and we need to also make sure that not only are we trying to, make sure we're putting the club in the best position it can be, but we're also being honest and having the ability to even show a bit of tough love, because think I've said it a few times now in a few streams that, yeah, I feel like tough love in today's society is a very lost art. And tough love is very easily confused in society as abuse. And it's tough love is never abuse. And sometimes they can be, again, in society, it can be mixed, and they can be assumed as the same, but they're never the same.
Yeah. All right. We've talked about Q. If anyone wants to elaborate, have your say now before I continue on to Noah House. Noah House, well done, kid. Held his structure and did not do anything bad. Took a couple of intercepts, and was good because Frampton is the main guy back there, and Howes didn't played a game where Frampton, I was fearful that Frampton would have to do too much against fucking Lewis and Chol and all that. But Frampton was left to his own devices kind of thing, and Howe did a job. And none of their talls fucking broke away and kicked a bag or anything. And just good to see, man. You know, he's developing, and we've brought him in, and against the top 4 team, he's done a job. And well done, young man.
Great signs. Signs. This is the thing. He's very clearly playing within his limitations right now. However, that's what you want out of a bloody defender that's just got a lockdown job, mate. You know, don't worry about creating the plays so much. Just your role is to keep your man quiet. And look, that's what he seems to be doing, you know, and look, this is the thing. This is what we've called for all year. Give these guys opportunity when they present. And look, Fly's been forced to, but it is so good that now, okay, all the supporters know now. When they were seeing him rotting away in the VFL, everyone's like, this guy ain't good enough. He's not going to make it. He'll get chopped. You know, he's going to get delisted. I'd love to see their opinions now. See?
Yeah.
Sometimes when the guys get opportunity at senior level, this is what happens. So, okay, in the VFL, maybe he wasn't looking up to scratch or whatever. But look, that's 2 games now where you sort of think, hey, maybe he's a guy for the future. See how quickly it can turn around just with the opportunity. This is all a lot of people like me say when we say prioritize the kids and stuff like that. This is the prototype. This Noah House character. This is the prototype of that, where you just didn't see it in the VFL, but now you put him into the pressure cooker of the AFL, and he's showing a little bit of something. And now I bet you, if you ask all the supporters, the views changed 180 now, and they think, oh no, I've got to keep him. Guarantee it.
Yeah. He's got a nice long kick on him too. Just to add that in.
So because if Howe's not right, because I mean, I'm highly doubtful that a fractured arm, you come back in the timeline the club's provided. I think that's a bit unusual that they think he could be ready this week. It's weird. But, I'd be confident going in with this guy if Howes isn't quite right, you know, going into finals. But, you know, that's I mean, it's been a little while since we've had, you know, such a tall backline.
Yeah. All right. Skunk Membry, was it his night? 2 behinds and a fucking out on the full in that first quarter, mate. Sometimes Skunk has these first quarters where he fucking, you know, really stamps himself on the game. If he kicked straight, it would have been one of those quarters for him, but it just wasn't working for him today. But at the end of the day, he kicks none, and Westy and McStay get the 2 each. Yeah. Last week it was Skunk and fucking McStay, and Westy had the 0. So after he's put in a nice stretch of good games, you can forgive him for a shit one. But a little bit concerning, mate. Come on, dude. Fuck. If you're at Marvel, those kicks go straight through the middle, mate. They were all of them were gettable kicks, mate. Yeah. It's not like, they were slight angles, inside 50. Fucking put him through the sticks, man. Come on, dude. But I'll forgive him. And Charlie West, fuck. Charlie West, the highlight of Charlie West tonight was that one-on-one mark with on Sicily. And before that running goal. That's his best game. Yep. His best game.
Keep playing him.
Yeah.
Keep playing
Just
him.
play that kid, mate. Yeah.
He's a player.
Give him a bloody final.
He's a player.
Yeah.
You see, you look at Buller, right? And Buller sort of doesn't he doesn't really impact contests at all. Once the ball hits the ground, he's fucked, basically. Whereas you can just see him you can see Buller's just not really an AFL player, at least at this stage, whereas West has all the AFL attributes.
Yeah.
He's got a lot more strings to his bow. I mean, obviously, one was a mid-season pick and the other was in the national draft, so there's a differential. But no, West impacts pretty much every contest that he's in. Whether even if he just brings the ball to the end or halves it, he does something.
Yeah. That's it, mate. Undroppable. Don't fucking think about it, selection panel.
No, they're not thinking that at all. He singled his 2-possession game out last week, so they really see the value in what he's bringing, even in creating goals for his teammates.
Yeah. Interesting observation. Milkshakes. He's kind of like a Checkers, likes to go up the ground a bit, Yeah. All right. Billy Frampton, usual low possession but effective game. Chol took that mark on him, and Billy Frampton kind of like, what the fuck's going on there, Billy? But apart from that, he was solid, mate. Yeah. And then you got
hail Billy.
Yes, fucking hell. And from Billy to William Hayes, Purple Hayes, 2 snap goals. Fucking looks nice and zippy up forward. Here's another one. I would go as far as to say, do not drop this guy for the rest of the season, because he's a typical low possession small forward that you give him half a chance, and that brilliant snap goal from an angle. And the other goal as well. Fucking hell, man. Yeah. Just fucking leave him in there. Let him develop. Let him play a final. And that's all she wrote for fucking Purple Hayes, mate. And just to let everyone know, if that name Purple Hayes catches on, must give credit to the Warble. Yeah, he came up with that. Yeah.
Absolutely. It'll catch. It'll catch.
It makes our forward line. We just haven't had a genuine crummer for a little while. Look, I don't really think Shooter's a crummer.
Yeah.
He just makes the forward line so much more unpredictable.
Yes. It's good to have that tandem of Shooter, who's kind of like a small pressure forward, and then you got the pure crummer in Hayes, yeah. And what I like with Hayes, I was a bit worried when he copped a nice strong tackle. I'm like, oh, don't tell me his shoulder's going to go again. But he got back up and he kicked the goal after that too. So,
he rode that bump like a champ.
Yeah.
Mick, it's very simple. Bobby Hill out, William Hayes in. And you know what? You give him a bloody final. You give him a big off season. Probably got to get a little bit of size on that frame. I think he seems like the sort of guy that will always be a little bit on the slender side, but it probably suits the way he plays anyway. So he's got good goal sense. That's the most important thing. And tonight, like, he kicks that goal on the left, just bang, whatever it was, 40 meters out, bang on the left. Like that. These are all the little things that you're just like, yes, you've got some fucking skill, young fella. So persist. Please do not drop him. Please give him the final.
Yeah, and his second goal has kind of disappeared from my fucking memory. Why can't I remember it? And what was it like? His second goal, was it a good? It was on the run, wasn't it? From about 40 or something. No, do you guys remember Hayes' second goal?
No.
No. It's weird, isn't it? It's one of those weird
no, I'm
ones.
struggling.
Yeah.
No, because I
on.
wasn't watching the game like in front of the. I mean, I was obviously watching it in front of a TV, but because I was around like mates and stuff, it was a bit sort of
Yeah.
hard to have like a. That's why I'm watching the replay now.
Yeah.
Just one for the
Even though
viewers
I tend to
only.
do it in streams anyway, but yeah, when I'm around like mates and everything, it's hard to have a critical eye because
Yeah.
you're sort of in a bit of a relaxed state, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Someone in the chat might like and light it. It was a long snap, Milkshake says. Okay, I've got to rewatch that. All right. And last of all is Liam Puncher. Do not be fooled by his very low possession count. Fucking that spoil in the last quarter. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. He's just got that good habit of doing good things in the last quarter, and he did that last night. And he's one to persist with. I just hate his running action. That's all I'll say. He just, it doesn't look. It's not that pleasing on the eye, but what is pleasing is his efforts, man.
Courageous.
And yeah.
Copy paste job, Mick.
Yeah.
Copy paste job.
Oh, and here's another one. Just
the
pre-season, mate. Yeah. Go, Shorty.
Yeah. Do we see him having a strong future? Like, because I'm pretty sure and if I haven't, please make sure to let me know. But I end up putting in the vault that he's going to be in the leadership group at some point. But like, yeah, are we? Because again, every time I see him, it's just always just like, how the fuck do you not want to play for a guy like that? I feel like this guy would jump in front of a moving train if it meant to win a hardball for Collingwood. Like some of the courageous acts that he just does. Like, how can you not want him to be, a big face of this football club? Like, fuck me. Like, if this is like Nick Maxwell and like Nathan Murphy all over, like, if you combine those two players, this is what Puncher is. Like, it's fucking incredible.
And don't forget, he had the job on Gunston, and Gunston didn't get away from him, mate. Yeah. Gunston got a few posies, but he didn't fucking hurt us or anything, mate. And I was very fucking concerned about that when everyone was saying, "Oh, put Puncher on Gunston."
Because I know we went over Q a little bit.
Yeah.
I also just looked on the thing as well. Watson didn't kick any goals. He didn't even score, let alone like kick any goals.
There you go.
If there is one thing, just to go back on the Q thing real quickly. At least, I don't want to have that not be ignored as well. So that could be something we could put on for Q. The fact that Watson didn't even score, let alone.
Yeah.
I think he had more of a midfielder's game, though. I mean, I could be wrong, but I wasn't specifically watching Hawthorn's like sort of game too much. But the fact that we were fearing on, Watson to be kicking, 5 goals, even 6 goals, the fact that he didn't even score, a lot of credit has to go to Q in that regard for playing him in the matchup.
Chrissy Talbot, I've got the link in the chat, mate. Jump on, buddy. I want the VFL report. I want it from Chrissy Talbot because he did the watch along with you, didn't he, Sean?
Yeah, he did.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can I just check?
Give you a full rundown?
Did we win the tackle count? I think we did.
Let's go.
Double
killed it. Where is it?
Well, is this AFL or BFL?
No, we're still on the AFL. Yeah. Where's the tackles?
All right. I ain't saying shit then.
There we go. Just past.
Sorry. There we go. Fuck me. Look at that, man. Fuck, and we only drew.
Yeah, I feel like our
Fuck.
pressure was pretty high too, yeah. Was it a big lead in the tackles?
92 to 55. And inside 50, 20 to
Yeah.
fucking 3. Fuck. Sam Mitchell would be fucking ropeable about that. Only 3 tackles inside 50 for them. Fuck me.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. We had a very inexperienced team, and we had to work twice as hard to basically square the result.
Yes.
With a team that was superior in talent and experience. Yeah.
And we had to carry people like Houston and others, but anyway.
Yeah. Look at the inside. We had 60 to 47 inside 50s. They were more efficient than us. They had more free kicks were even. Killed us in hitouts. We got them in clearances though.
Amazing,
that's a weird one, isn't it? Losing hitouts, but winning the clearances.
Yeah, that's a domination as well.
I'd like to think it's a bit of a, these last 2 games. I know we beat them last year in the first game, but I'd like to think that what's different now is it's either they beat us twice or we beat them the first time. They towel us up the second time. I'd like to think there's almost a line in the sand type season versus Hawthorn, where now we're gonna get the ledger back onto our side next year. That's what I'm hoping we could take out of that. That now that we're not scared of them anymore. They're not going to beat us the way they have been anymore.
Yeah.
In future,
just another observation as well.
Yep, go mate.
Sorry, this is a bit of a random topic. So I'm sorry, I'm just watching the game. I'm seeing a lot of kickouts from Houston. Did he have more kickouts in this game than usual? Is that an overall vibe that we're going with as well? So I'm wondering if that was also what got him up to the 21 disposals too.
Absolutely. He even got a few 1-2s. Like once, I think twice he kicked to Josh in the pocket, and then Josh kicked it straight back to him. So, it's the easiest position to play.
Yeah, I literally just saw where there was 15 minutes to go in the third quarter. He kicked it to one player and kicked it over his head to basically a contest of a 3-on-1 in the Hawks' favour. And they basically took a mark inside forward 50, and then I think it was Lewis in the goal square, and he handballed over the top. That was purely off the back of a Houston turnover.
Yeah. Don't remind me.
And he's the 4th best player in the comp, the fourth best player on our team, though, right? Interesting.
All right, Mick, before you get Chrissy on, I'm going to call it a night because I've got work in the morning.
Mate, well.
Yeah, unfortunately. So, thank you all.
So have I, mate. I'm just going to fucking all-nighter it, mate. Fuck it.
What a man. I'll try and get a few hours. But
no worries.
Thank you as always, and go Pies, everybody.
Thank you, Adrian. No worries.
You guys, I'll be back in a sec.
No worries, Shorty.
It's fun.
Thanks, Adrian.
The 4th best player thing. It reminds me that joke. What did John Lennon say when someone said, "Is Ringo Starr a good drummer or something?" And he said,
"He's not even the best." Not even the best drummer in the Beatles. Oh, man. Good day, Lucas. How are you, pal? You'd be happy with your mob. Chrissy Talbot. Where are you?
Chris?
I've got the link in the chat, mate. I'll put it in again just for you. You haven't fallen asleep on us, Chrissy. Come on, mate. I want to hear. I want your VFL report, mate. You better come in soon and give us your VFL report because Ultimate Greatness will give it. And the beauty of it is that I have no idea what happened with the VFL. So I'll just go to Shawnee now. Shorty, can you hear us now, mate?
Yeah. I don't know why it's cut out before.
That's right. What happened in the VFL, mate?
Yeah, so it was a bit of an interesting sort of day. I thought we were very competitive for about 3.5 quarters. And then just sort of felt like once it sort of got away, end of the season.
Yep.
After a really valiant effort, Port Melbourne sort of kicked a couple of late goals, and I think he got to the point where it got to maybe like a 2.5 goal lead. And then once they got that, you could sort of tell they sort of put the cue in the rack, and they sort of just went, "Yep, all right, well, season's over. Let's just not like just lay over. Like they still, you guys gave some efforts, but really overall, you could just tell the whole vibe was down. Definitely, they were just basically a boxer that was just getting continuously hit. They were just waiting for the bell, basically. So." And I mean, I do want to say it was nice to with Brady Gray. I think he kicked our last goal for the game in the fourth quarter. So for those that don't know, he'll be playing his last season. So he's now done as a Collingwood footballer.
Yeah,
I believe he's been on our VFL list for, if it wasn't 2 years, it was 3 years. So
all right.
Not probably a player you would say that was very polished as a footballer, but again, just gave every bit of effort possible, and just one of those guys who would just get down and dirty, and basically like his Schultz, but he was basically like an inside midfielder pretty much.
Yep.
Going to be sad to see him go, but we fell short, and you could just tell once it got to about I don't know. Once it got past the 3-goal lead, that it was sort of you could just tell that the guys were just sort of checked out.
Yeah.
But we were very competitive for about 3.5 quarters.
All right. Now, Saxena kicked 5, huh?
Yeah, so Saxena kicked 5. Pods kicked 4, I believe.
All right. Voidoid Generation. Does Pod get a contract?
Oh, I think maybe. I don't think he'll get in. I don't think he gets a recall or anything anytime soon.
Yep.
Because things are sort of going well enough without him.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. We don't have a ton of forward depth. Just I guess it depends what we do in the off season, but I think Buller had a bit of a stinker today, and he was pretty frustrated.
Yeah.
How did my boy Prinders go?
Yeah, he was probably wasn't best on ground, but he wasn't far off it.
Did he get more than 20?
I was surprised. I think he got 22 from memory.
All right.
Efficiency was up there, probably was around 85% as well.
Yeah.
Again, not a high disposal winner, but every time he gets it, something happens.
Yeah.
I think Harry led our disposals by 26.
Okay.
So
Cochrane had a good
game. He was probably
Cochrane
was very solid. I think he had about 12 disposals, 100% efficiency, especially as well too, like because Port Melbourne had a lot of scoring shots because the ball was down there a hell of a lot. Even someone, again, one of my guys clearly at this point, Ryan was, getting a lot of pressure down in the back line just because the ball was going in there so much. The fact that he held his own as much as he did was a really good sign.
Yeah.
Cochrane was another one that stood up very tall. And and I think I was even saying it in the streams that when it comes to Jer, he's a very hot and cold player. So it's going to be very interesting in the years to come. Is he going to be just a genuine hot and cold player, or is he just not fully ready yet to fully take on a football season physically? I'm hoping it's more the latter, but at the moment it's sort of hard to tell. But when you're having games where he's kicking 5 goals, some of the goals, it was just pure like footy IQ.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
crumbing goals,
it-
running goals.
yeah,
Yeah.
lead outs, having set shots, crumbing goals. It was basically pretty much doing it all.
Yeah.
But again, as much as he can kick you 4 or 5 goals, the next week he can be lucky to get you 2 disposals for the whole game. So it needs to build up that consistency. But yeah, very, very big talent. I think there was even a video from Fly a few weeks ago saying that, you know, he likes to train Jer harder than others just because he's got that X factor. So if we're going off Fly's word, then obviously Fly seems to rate him pretty highly. So, you know, I'm sure he's not far away from a senior game, but yeah, that's an exciting prospect to watch in the coming years.
Another one at the preseason, mate. Chrissy Talbot, get yourself off mute, buddy. There he is. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Mick. Hey, Mick. Hey, Void. Hey, Sean. Hey, it's going fucking going.
Good, buddy. How you going? All right? Fucking drawer. Fucking hell, again against these bastards, mate.
I know. I'm not fucking happy about that.
No.
No.
How do we see that? Like, are we seeing it as like a pass mark? Because I mean, I always hate losing, so I don't even know how I even feel about drawing against these cunts twice.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking bullshit.
Because you could argue that we could have won both games, so we could have been 2-0 against the Hawks this year. I don't know how, because I feel like it's two different conversations. Because again, I mean, I think you guys are aware of what I was saying like in the last few days, where I basically gave us like no chance. Mind you, that was with that was me assuming Sidebottom was going to play, because I think Sidebottom would have leaked us like, you know, a lot of goals. You know, potentially at least 3 goals. So it's I don't know. It's one of those ones where it's I find it kind of interesting in terms of where we sort of sit, because Hawks are, you know, a bit of a good side and stuff. I don't know. Part of me, like the competitive part of me, just is saying, yeah, we should have won both games and we should have been 2-0. But the fact that it's like a bit of a draw, so in a way, it's kind of like, you know, a win and a loss in a sense, if we just go off points, because we both got 4 points in the end.
Yeah.
I don't know how are we seeing it?
Yeah. It's a missed opportunity, but it doesn't hurt as much because it was a dead rubber. You know, it would have been good just to get the win for the kids. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Josh.
Would you say the kids could see the positive out of this though, even though we got the draw? But do we see the positive out of it?
Yeah, we do, man. Yeah,
they would be talking up those aspects. The fact that they, you know, they would be showing the kids what they were capable of doing against the side with. I mean, Hawthorn's got one injury basically, and that's Connor Nash. I mean, that was a full strength Hawthorn. This is the best shot Hawthorn can fire in September with what they had on the park tonight. And
both games had to come down and fucking do them all, kicking goals after fucking siren. How fucking bullshit's that?
You know what? I did have in a very weird way. I did have a little chuckle when Dylan Moore didn't pay that mark by fucking this cunt. Like, out of all fucking cunts to mark it, it had to be this fucking cunt.
And I was convinced
I didn't like
that
him before this season, and it hasn't helped. It hasn't helped now.
Yes.
And I was convinced it went over the line, and they won by a point. They won by a point.
What was one of the goals where like it was that I think it was like one of the younger guys. Number like 40 or whatever his number was.
It looked like he kicked it while it was over the line. And they didn't fucking review it, man. I was screaming at the talent saying that was the ball was over, but our defenders weren't they weren't like
adamant and like they weren't animated.
So that's probably what But that looked, I'm telling you, even when they replayed it, it looked like it, mate.
Yeah, like I tweeted about it, being like, "How the fuck are they calling that a goal when it was over the line?"
Yeah.
And then you talk to people on Twitter, and it's like, "Oh, but it's a goal anyway, so just move on."
You know what
Okay,
shit me
all right.
about the
Conversation's
TV
done
coverage
then.
as well?
Yeah.
Nick's goal was fucking superb. Yeah, there was a number of stoppages. It was fucking. There was like about 5 or 6 stoppages in a row, and then it finally went out, and Nick kicked the goal, and it was and like because one of the Hawthorn players accidentally bumped into the umpire, we get fucking constant replays of that. Fucking replay the goal, you dickheads.
Yeah.
Who cares if a fucking a Hawthorn player brushed up against the umpire, mate? No one gives a shit about that, mate. Replay the fucking fantastic goal. Fuck me,
is that the one that Bo? Because I think Bo pushed one of the Hawks players into the umpire. Surely he's not going to get a week for that, is it? Yeah.
I think it was during play.
Yeah.
It wasn't like.
Yeah, I don't think she should get a week for that. No fucking way.
It was. Yeah. If it happens, like nah. Oh, certainly not. Surely not.
No way.
Yeah.
Because weren't they trying to clamp down on that?
Yeah. Don't bring bad vibes, man. I want to think about it.
What are you doing, Shawnee? What the fuck are you doing, bro?
No, not they're clamping down with fines, not suspensions. Club fines.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting how we navigate this next game against Brisbane. It's a full fucking dead rubber. It means fuck all to us. It'll be interesting to see how they go with selection, if they rest a couple of guys that have got niggles or something like that, or do we just take it seriously and say, all right, this is it. We're just going to go for the win just to get us primed for the wild card.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, you still got to try. You've got to prepare for finals. You have the psychological edge if you end up playing well against them. Yeah, I don't think we're in the position where we can go, we'll try properly against them if we play them in the finals. Because I think the young group's not going to be able to switch it on. You just have to do it. You have to play the, what is it, like, it's like train the way you play, basically. So you got to go in, and whatever happens. If someone gets injured, then that's just sort of, you can get injured in the first 5 minutes of the first final. So, like, I don't think you can go in half-hearted to try and go into.
So you wouldn't rest Nick?
Oh, I wouldn't.
No.
I'd put it, if you want to rest him, play him forward for the whole game.
Yeah.
Well, the question I want to ask, what do you do about Sidey? Does he come back next week?
I reckon he does, Chrissy. I made a big statement earlier in the stream, Chris. I said, let's forget about emotion and all that fucking shit. The team comes first, and Sidey should not be a walk-up start in this team. But it is a dead rubber, so they'll play him. You know what's interesting? Logan, go, Sean.
I was supposed to say, if it means he plays next week against Brisbane, but then he doesn't play for the rest of the season, I'm all for it.
I'm with that.
But as I said, I'd have so much respect for Sidey if he did that. But I don't know. I just don't see it happening. So
me either.
To be diplomatic about it, you've also got to handle it in like the right way. Like, if you just shit canned him, like as of this second, it could ripple through the playing group as well if he's because he's popular.
Yeah.
So I think having a send off game where the fans get to see him play maybe one last time might be what he sort of deserves. Especially, I mean, it actually lines up perfectly that the game isn't too important in terms of the result.
Yeah,
you sort of get a free hit to play Sidey in a potential farewell game.
Yeah,
and I'm sure the marketing team is loving it too, because it's probably a game that we probably would have got 60K at the G, and if they brand it as like Sidey's farewell game, you might get 80 to 90,000.
Yeah. I would, you know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see Sidey forward pocket just have one of his fucking old school Sidey fucking goal sneak games and, snag about 4 or something, yeah? But it's hard now because we've got Will Hayes, Lockie Schultz, Harvey Harrison buzzing around in that forward line as our smalls. We've got Swadling running off half back, and he looked good. It's kind of like that's what makes me think, mate. It's like, fuck, mate. Is someone game enough to give Sidey a tap on the shoulder and say, mate, listen, buddy, fuck, it's hard for us to give you a game. We'll give you this Brisbane game, but if you don't, if you're showing similar output in this fucking game, which is a dead rubber, it's a dead rubber for us. It probably means Brisbane will probably be trying to get a home final out of it. So yeah.
Can you imagine if the Bulldogs beat Carlton tomorrow, then Carlton lose to Freo, and then St Kilda win their last game?
Yeah.
I'd fucking love that.
So you basically St Kilda would be limping into the wild card on one leg.
Yeah. And then on the flip side of that, Void, imagine fucking we beat Brisbane and Carlton beat Freo, and that wild card game turns into the fucking blockbuster of all blockbusters, mate, because both teams are fucking firing. Yeah. Fuck.
So I sort of don't want it to happen because I know how bad the AFL wants it to happen.
Yeah. Fucking.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'd rather
tell you what, that's also making things a bit worse is that, like, we got in the next few weeks, we got some guys coming back. It's so obvious that we probably need a Crisp and a Houston to go out of the side because we got Howe and
Maynard and
fuck, I didn't even forget about Maynard,
Perryman. Lipper for the Lipper lovers. He's a walking. Lipper's as soon as Lipper's fit, he's coming straight back.
Yeah. I mean that's fine to a certain extent that's fine, but I'm kind of dreading because you just know someone like Houston's going to be playing, so someone's I just can't see us playing our best side going into finals. And we're going to be having Houston there. We're going to be having Crisp there. Sidey's getting a game. I'm not. I feel like I'm not so. I feel like Lipper's starting to be out of that conversation because at least he's putting in the efforts to showcase. Yes, he needs to be our main winger, and yes, he needs to set the standards. But really, our side of he and let's be real, like he is an outside. So as much as I do, and I do hate when he doesn't put his head over it. Like I do absolutely hate that. Like I'm not gonna back away from that at all. But in terms of some of the shit that Crisp is doing, Houston, Sidey, I think I can tolerate Lipper when you have other guys. I know it's a shitty answer, but I think I can tolerate sort of Lipper to a certain extent because he does add a little bit of value with some of the things that he does with his link-up plays and stuff.
That's a real comparison there, yeah? Like, you can tolerate Lipper if he's fucking hitting those laser passes, but he's not going to go in hard. Whereas Crisp, he's fucking shanking it, but he's going to go in for the team. Yeah, it's fucking hard, that one. Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. I would say someone like a Crisp and someone like a Houston. I mean, Crisp maybe not as much as Houston because Houston's just adding no value. But but then like Crisp, I feel like Crisp is not much better, but he's still kind of in that conversation. Lipinski's one where he has improved his average game and stuff. And who knows, maybe with these few weeks off that he's had, not only is he healing up through his injuries, but maybe it's a bit of a mental, he's trying to freshen up mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious to see how he comes back.
He hits up targets inside 50, the way we sort of thought Houston would. Lipper's better at it at Collingwood. He's deadly actually when he's kicking to a target inside 50.
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather Lipper than Houston. I'll tell you that now.
Oh, so would all.
But again, I'm just
fucking playing.
But again, once we get like your Maynards, your Howes and your Perrimans, we get those guys back. I just really dread to see who we're going to bring out of the side because, God, with the history tells you that it ain't going to be Houston and it ain't going to be Crisp. So
it's going to be the kids, and that's going to be bullshit.
Yeah,
I think
who plays on
seriously. The players are definitely taking it seriously that they want to go all the way as much as they can this year.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I mean all the way, like to a grand final.
Yeah.
They believe the team can go that far. See it in the way they're kind of talking and the way we've been playing probably warrants that belief at this stage.
Yeah. And as much as we've been critical on Crispy, he steps it up in finals, and so does fucking Geordie. So does Geordie, mate.
Older though,
I know, man, but it's a psychological thing, Shorty, mate. It's experience. He you never know, man. He just could step it up, mate.
How did he go last year in the two finals we played?
Someone
can't remember, to be honest.
Someone will enlighten us.
Because he didn't have a great season. Like, he had a bit of an off year last year. So it'd be interesting to see if he did kind of go to another level in the final.
This is when you need Josh Jacobs and he's gone to bed. Come on, Josh, get out of bed. How did Crispy go in the finals last year, mate?
I reckon Josh could sleep talk this fact.
Come on, Josh, you got your phone next to you, mate. You haven't fallen asleep
yet. He's listening to the stream.
Sleep type it into the chat.
It's like you do.
Would you guys
been asleep for what 15 minutes? So it'd be interesting to see if he says something now.
Yeah.
Logan Morris next week. Puncher. Interesting, huh?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'd go.
Well,
Frampton.
For one, who does Frampton get?
What's
Frampton gets the monster. Like? You put Frampton on a shorter, zippier, fucking, fast leading type. It's fucking. He'll probably get fucking, burnt, mate.
No, but I'd
I know,
but
I'm saying like who's the?
Morris.
So would it be like Oscar Allen or something? Would that be Frampton?
Yeah.
Nah, give that to Puncher.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, again, who are their key forwards?
Logan Morris, Oscar Allen.
Yeah, and what Gallup is he playing defence now? Is he?
No, I think he was playing the forward line, wasn't he? I thought he was playing the forward line.
Yeah,
and then they've got Cameron.
Is he still suspended next week? Because he got 3 weeks.
Whenever. Did he?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't remember when he comes back. He might come back this week, or is it in the first week of the finals? I'll have to check.
I've got a mate. Mate, you guys must think, fuck, how many mates at work have you got that barrack for other teams? I've got an old Fitzroy fan that there's jumped the Brisbane bandwagon. I've got him coming on. And he's a real old school bloke too.
So Jack Crisp in the final last year, the Adelaide final, he got 22 touches.
Yeah, okay.
420 meters gained. Let me just go a bit advanced stats. 4 inside 50s, 4 score involvements, 3 intercepts, disposal efficiency was only 54% in that final.
How did he go against Brisbane, Void?
Yeah, let me check that.
Yeah, because I feel like last year, I don't think he, especially when you compare him to his previous final series, I don't think he's gotten close to his previous form.
I agree with that.
Or at least nothing stood out last season.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If I was a clickbait merchant, I would clip Adrian's rant from earlier and fucking put it up. But I'm not like that. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I'm not a clickbait merchant, mate.
Yeah. So against Brisbane, he sort of put up similar numbers to the Adelaide final. Yeah, I'd say similar numbers. So I'd have to watch the game again, but felt like he played well in that Adelaide final.
Yeah, I didn't think he was good against Brisbane.
Yeah, but I feel like the Adelaide final's the exception to the rule, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we always seem to play well against them, and we always just seem to have guys stand.
In reality, we'll know he's going to be playing if we're in the finals, because we've got a fair few people that are injured, so he'll definitely be playing. There's not too many others that can come in for him.
Chat's gone a bit quiet. Come on, guys. Is everyone falling asleep and just left the stream going, mate? What's going on?
It seems that way.
How many people are watching or listening?
40.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Pretty good for 3:30 in the morning, mate.
Yeah, and no one's typing.
Anybody who's awake, just put like a dot in the chat or an emoji or something.
And where's Lucas?
Lucas is going to wake up early to do his cricket stream tomorrow.
And he's also doing a watch along with Ray and Voidoid.
Lucas is the hardest working man in YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Lucas said
that stream we did yesterday was incredible.
Which
when
one?
we ended up hopping off. When we ended up hopping off stream, and then Lucas came back in. We were making jokes about like his mum and everything.
All right.
And we were like, "Hey, Lucas, blink twice if you're okay." Or some shit like that.
Oh,
he said,
I mean, technically, he claimed that he actually ran out of battery, but I mean,
yeah.
Not really.
Did you see that, Mick? We thought his mum might have done something bad to him because he his phone just died straight away in the background. Nah, maybe his mum's ripped up all his merchandise. She's burned all his shit. She's destroyed the hat. When he came back, the hat was crooked. And we thought the mum must have destroyed the hat.
She must have been pissed off because the crows got done.
Yeah, so we thought she did something to
Lucas. That was what made it so funny.
We thought he destroyed his internet too.
Yeah, I got to meet her because I jumped on his cricket stream a couple of days ago, and she, and we were asking her, mate, what's going on? How come your son's a Geelong supporter, mate? Born and bred in Adelaide.
Yeah. Do you know the story, Mick? Do you know the story how he became a Geelong supporter? He said he got a membership and he used his mum's credit card, and his mum the bank statement was under her name, and she got the membership and she ripped it up instantly. And then she let him be a Geelong supporter in the end.
You know how you can tell? You know you can tell he's a Geelong supporter? Well,
yes.
It proves he wasn't smart enough to know what a bank statement was.
And he put it under her name.
Yep, he qualifies for Geelong membership just for.
And who puts it under their mum's name and doesn't realize? Oh, maybe she's going to check the mail.
and that's why he found the right team. See, Collingwood supporters are more astute.
Yes.
I do, because also as well, didn't he say that whoever was going to win the grand final after 07 was the team he was going to follow as well? So he could have technically been a Collingwood supporter if we bet Geelong.
Yeah. He said whoever played Port Adelaide, he was going to go for because he hates Port Adelaide.
Well, all his mates are Collingwood supporters now, so we could turn him around.
And he's also got Carlton friends too.
When he lays down on his side, he can almost look at himself and think that he's wearing, the stripes are vertical and almost. No, he was saying tonight in the backstage, he goes, "Oh, you'd be really helping us out if you beat Hawthorn." I said, "Yeah, you didn't fucking help us out by losing today."
Yeah.
Lucas. Hey guys, I'm going to end it.
Yeah, cool, Mick.
Yeah, I got a 7 o'clock start, and I've had an all-nighter, but I want to try and catch like at least two hours before I have to get up for work.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you, gentlemen, for keeping me company tonight. It's been a wonderful stream, regardless of the result, and we've dissected this game to the T. And thank you, everyone in the chat. The chat's gone quiet. Everyone's fallen asleep, mate. Looks like, mate, when Mark Neville's the last one that's commented.
Oh yeah, then it turns bad for sure.
But
good stuff, Sean and Chris today. Really well done, Nick. Everyone, great.
Thank you very much, Boydley.
Yes, thank you.
And we shall reconvene for the pre-game. When are we playing? We're playing Friday night, aren't we? So it'll be a Thursday night and then a Friday night. Beautiful. Thank you very much, guys. I bid you all good morning, and let's hope the Bulldogs smash Carlton tomorrow just to make us happy. Yes. And we'll see what happens. Yep. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Shawnee. Thanks, Chrissy. And thanks, Voidoid. And I'll catch us later. Carla Pies.
Carla Pies.